Good afternoon to everyone. I am Nabila Sandal, a student of BCom Honors, and I am a placement coordinator. First, I'd like to welcome all of you on behalf of University Placement Cell to the first session of the online summer school on job readiness. Now, I would like to welcome our chief guests for today who have joined us here to talk on a very important topic, that is self-awareness and self-analysis. So let me introduce you all to Ms. Rupa Sharma Hassan, who is Deputy Senior Manager, Employee Counseling at Dubai Electricity and Water Authority in Dubai. She is an alumna of MAHRM in Islamia. Now, I welcome you. I request you to. Now, I will introduce you to the second alumni, who is Mr. Nadeem Hassan, sir, who is a former Chief Talent Development Specialist at Road and Transport Authority in Dubai. Mr. Hassan is also an alumnus of MAHRM Jamia Millia Islamia. I welcome you both from the whole Jamia and thank you for accepting our invitation here. Now, I would like to extend my thanks towards our training and placement officer, Dr. Rehan Khan Suri, and our consultant, Ms. Shahid Akhtar ma'am, Mohammad Rahman sir, and all staff of University Placement Cell.
Thank you. Thank you, Nabila. Thank you very much for this wonderful opening. So now, thanks for giving me the opportunity to formally welcome our guests, guest speakers. Even I may call they are back at home, so we don't call them as the guest. So Mr. Nadeem Hassan, who is the alumnus of MAHRM, alumnus of Jamia Millia, who is presently working with Amity University, UAE. He's managing HR there. Formerly, he was working as Chief Talent Development Specialist with Road and Transport Authority, UAE. So he's based out at Dubai. And today's second speaker is Rupa Sharma Hassan. She is working with Dubai Electricity and Water Authority in the capacity of Deputy Senior Manager, Employee Counseling. Nadeem Saab, welcome to Jamia, welcome to this session, welcome to Online Summer School on Job Readiness. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. And you are always ready to accept our invitations, and you are always ready for Jamia. Thank you very much. I welcome all our heads of the departments, deans of the faculty, our professors, faculty members, teacher placement coordinators, student coordinators, and students, and the participants of this school. So I formally welcome you on behalf of Jamia, on behalf of University Placement Cell, on my personal behalf also. Welcome to this session. So now, without any further delay, I would like to request Mr. Nadeem to please present his talk on self-awareness through sort. Please, Nadeem, over to you.
Thank you very much, Rian sir. Thanks a lot, Nabila, for such a wonderful opening. I'm really impressed. Just a bit about me. I'm feeling so nostalgic with coming back to Jamia. I have spent most of my life in Jamia. I was born in Jamia, studied school mein thoda nursery, then moved to places like Bulandshahr and Aligarh Muslim University, and then finally came back to Jamia. Passed out Masters of HRM from there. Then I was working. I was selected for Compaq Computers as a placement. I worked there for campus placement basically for around 6 months. Then ANZ, uske baad then I moved to London, Dubai. I did my masters from LCM London, CIPD London, HRM. And as we grow, we keep learning new things. As they say that if you stop learning, you stop leading. So in order for us to be able to lead in any field, whether it is personal field, whether it is professional field, or it is a talent field, we should never stop learning. And learning comes with education as well. Having said that, currently I had worked with RTA. RTA is the most of my working experience was mostly RTA. RTA is a Roads and Transport Authority of Dubai government. wherein I was the chief advisor for talent development in various areas of HR. So chief advisor to the HR director. So I've touched upon many areas there, all the HR areas, areas of employee counseling, areas of HR operations. Learned a lot over there. Got an opportunity to work with MIT University. We discussed over it. So now I'm heading the MIT University's HR department. And so I'm seeing lots of professors, lots of students, lots of faculties. And I'm getting to it. It's also only a short time since I joined, approximately less than a year. This is about me. Moving on, I think I've got more than 100 people here. I'm overwhelmed with the response, and I appreciate and I congratulate Rehan Saab for putting up this show for all of us, wherein inshallah all of us are going to take away some sort of learning from it. And I assure you that I will try my level best to provide you in these 20 minutes, 18 minutes that I've got, to provide you all the possible learning from a different perspective. I'm assuming that most of you are students here, and you will be in some point of time going to the job market, going to the organization where you will be presenting yourself. All right, I take the permission and I want to share my presentation of self-analysis. There we go. Do I have it? Yes, I have it. I am just clicking on share. So I'll be using both languages, Hindi and English. If anybody is not comfortable in any other language, let me know. I'm assuming that all of us know Hindi भी सब लोगों को आती है और English भी सब लोगों को आती है. My question to all of you guys is that Rehan Saab can answer on behalf of all of you. In case any one of you have a question, you can type your message, and I assure that if I cannot answer those messages now, I will be currently sending you back the replies. Type your message with the name and the email address, and I think through Rehan Saab I can send it directly also.
Sorry, we'll take some questions at the end of your talk. We'll take 10 minutes session. So students will write their questions in the chat box. So one of our coordinator or Nabila or Shaira will take the questions and ask you the questions. So I think those questions will be answered. Please.
Very good organization. Yes. So my first thing, can you see sort of presentation on your screen?
Yes. You present it. ये दिख रहा है अभी तो.
जी ठीक है. So I will go as an
Yes.
Okay. तो पहला क्वेश्चन हमारे पास आता है, what is SWOT? Introduction about SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a strategic planning method used to evaluate the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats involved in a business, person, or other things. So what does it mean? It means every individual, every entity, every business, everything that you can think of has got strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So basically what does it mean? If you see a small flower here, so individual or an organization within, I'll talk mostly on individual, organization we will just go through it at the end. हर individual के अपने अंदर strength होती हैं, they've got their own weaknesses and they've got their own strength. So that is strength and weakness. These are the internal factors of an individual. हर इंडिविजुअल के एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स भी होते हैं. बेसिकली यूजिंग हिज स्ट्रेंथ और वीकनेस, व्हाट ही कैन डू आउटसाइड. आउटसाइड मीन्स in the environment he has got opportunities and threats. We'll talk about in these things in detail with certain examples. It involves specifying the objectives of business and identifying the internal and external factors that are favorable and unfavorable to achieve the objective. Okay, SWOT analysis is situational analysis. I have a situation, I am analyzing this through using techniques for evaluating internal strength and weaknesses, as we discussed, and for examining external opportunities and threats. So this is about SWOT. So what I want you to understand, all of you, is that जो मेरी strength है और जो मेरी weakness, everybody would have strength, everybody will have weaknesses, and everybody will have opportunities outside and threats. So it is very very important for all of us. हम लोगों को सबको पता होना चाहिए हमारी स्ट्रेंथ क्या है. अगर अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पता होगी तो फिर हम लोग अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पे काम करेंगे. वी विल प्लेस आवर बेस्ट फुट फॉरवर्ड. जो हमारी स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्सनालिटी, हमारी एजुकेशन, हमारी लर्निंग, हमारी ट्रेनिंग, हमारी वॉट एवर इट माइट बी, एक्सपीरियंस, वो सब हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है. हम लोग अगर we are aware about of all our strength, then we will be able to put our best foot forward so that we are able to hide our weaknesses, or in other words we will be able to work on our weaknesses. सब में weakness होती है. कोई कहे यार मेरे अंदर कोई weakness नहीं है, मुझे लगता नहीं कि मेरे अंदर कुछ. It is very good. हर किसी को एक पॉजिटिव होना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. सब लोग सोचते हैं कि यस मेरे अंदर बहुत स्ट्रेंथ है, बट फैक्ट ऑफ द मैटर इज आप कुछ भी कह लो, वीकनेस तो होती है सबके अंदर. नोबडी इज परफेक्ट एंड वी ऑल नो इट. आवर नेक्स्ट स्लाइड टॉक्स अबाउट दी व्हाई डू यू वांट टू डू अ पर्सनल SWOT एनालिसिस. यूजुअली होता ही है SWOT एनालिसिस, आप किसी प्रोजेक्ट का करते हैं. आप कोई प्रोजेक्ट बहुत सी कंपनीज कर रही हैं तो उसका SWOT एनालिसिस कर लेती हैं. आप किसी कंपनी का सेटअप कर रहे हैं नई का, तो SWOT एनालिसिस कर लेते हैं. आप कुछ नया काम करने जा रहे हैं तो उसका SWOT एनालिसिस कर लेते हैं. लेकिन एक लेटेस्ट ट्रेंड, एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट है, क्योंकि मैंने देखा सेल्फ एनालिसिस एक टॉपिक हमारे पास है. तो हम लोग सेल्फ एनालिसिस अगर हम लोग करते हैं तो वी कैन बी एनालाइजिंग एवरीथिंग एंड एनीथिंग. लेकिन अगर हम इस सेल्फ एनालिसिस को स्ट्रक्चर करते हैं अंडर अ साइंटिफिक टेक्निक विच इज SWOT, तो शायद हमारे लिए बेटर रहेगा अंडरस्टैंड करना, अपने आप को समझना, अपनी चीजों को जानना. तो पहला सवाल ये आता है कि भाई नदीम साहब SWOT एनालिसिस क्यों, मतलब व्हाट इज द रीजन. तो उसके आंसर सामने यही है. हर आदमी के पास एक यूनिक USP, यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट होता है. एवरीबडी इज डिफरेंट. वी कैन से दैट एवरीबडी इज यूनिक. तो हम लोगों को जानना है कि व्हाट इज my brand image, what is the unique thing which I have. That's very very important, because if I will know that, somebody would say कि मेरी जो unique strength है, मैं बोल बहुत अच्छा लेता हूँ. मैं अपनी कमजोरियों को, अपनी कमियों को, अगर मैं, मेरी जो कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स है वो उसको हाइड कर सकती हैं. कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि नहीं, आई एम वेरी वेरी गुड इन राइटिंग. अगर मुझे बोलने के लिए कहा जाए तो आई माइट बी स्टैमरिंग, मेरे पास बोलने को अल्फाज नहीं रहेंगे, तो आई वुड बी वेरी गुड इन राइटिंग. सो दीज आर माय स्ट्रेंथ बेसिकली. लेकिन इन सब चीजों में मेरा एक USP होता है, मेरी एक यूनिक चीज होती है जो बहुत कम लोगों के पास है, या ये कहते हैं जो किसी और के पास नहीं है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं अपनी बात करूं, एक स्टेज पे मुझे रियलाइज हो गया था कि मेरे पास एक स्ट्रेंथ, एक यूनिकनेस है, सिचुएशनल लीडरशिप. तो जैसे वो होती है ना, अमेरिकन एक सील कंपनी है, अमेरिकन कंपनी, जो कि बेसिकली उनका काम होता है कि व्हेन अ सिचुएशन अराइज, कोई इमरजेंसी आती है, तो वो फौरन लोग सील 911 है यहाँ पर अमेरिका में, 999 दुबई में है, इंडिया में 100 नंबर है. अब इंडिया का 100 नंबर का एग्जाम्पल क्या होना चाहिए वो एक अलग मैटर है कि क्या है क्या नहीं है. लेकिन जो बेस्ट 100 नंबर है दुनिया में कहीं का, वो है 911. वो सील हैंडल करती है, जो एक अमेरिकन एजेंसीज हैं जो इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी को हैंडल करती हैं, पुलिस को हैंडल करती हैं. तो जो 911 वाले फोन रिसीव करते हैं, वो लोग सील को केस देते हैं, केस टू केस बेसिस. तो जो डिफिकल्ट केस होते हैं, बहुत डिफिकल्ट केस होते हैं, जो हैंडल नहीं कर पाते, तो उनके पास जाते हैं. कोई टेररिस्ट स्ट्राइक हो गई, कोई बंदा कहीं जैसे इंडिया में गिर गया, एक मेन होल में, वैसा अमेरिका में भी हुआ नहीं है अभी तक तो, लेकिन हाँ आई एम जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ एग्जांपल कह रहा हूँ मैं। तो स्टील वाले लोग सोते रहते हैं, मतलब पूरे दिन उनको कुछ काम होता नहीं है। दे वुड बी kind of lying around working on their processes, critically evaluate करते रहते processes, how to creatively improve processes, इन सब चीजों में अपने ऐसे ही तो बाहर की दुनिया में जाना आना। But the moment they get this call, it takes them less than 100 seconds to reach to the spot, no matter where it is। जो उनके एरिया में होता है, उनका एरिया जो है वो 300 किलोमीटर तक है, 400 किलोमीटर तक है। So they will think, they will analyze, they will know what items to use, what items to take, what can be the useful thing, who will be the useful in my team, how to reach there। पैदल जाना है, गाड़ी से जाना है, हवाई जहाज से जाना है, हेलीकॉप्टर से जाना है। सो वो हो गया सिचुएशनल लीडरशिप। तो ये मैं एग्जांपल खुद का ही दे सकता हूँ यहाँ पे, तो वो दे रहा हूँ मैं कि मैंने रियलाइज कर दिया कि मेरे अंदर एक सिचुएशनल लीडरशिप शायद है। पढ़ाई मेरी, मैं बहुत कमजोर पढ़ाई में अपने आप को कह सकता था, या मैं आई वुड नॉट से कमजोर, आई वुड से मेरा इंटरेस्ट नहीं था इतना ज्यादा थ्योरी वगैरह में। सो व्हेन आई रियलाइज्ड इट, दैट हेल्प्ड मी अ लॉट इन माय डेवलपिंग माय कैरियर। सो I would not have imagined at my college day that I would be a chief advisor at a government level. But because I worked on the strength, I was able to achieve what somebody would aspire for. So it is very important for us to identify what is our USP. And there are many ways we will discuss in some other session कि किस तरह से हम लोग अपना unique selling point identify करते हैं। तो coming back that why do you want to do personal SWOT analysis? That's one of the main reasons. Then we identify our internal strength and weaknesses. We identify the external opportunities. मेरी जो strength है communication, बोलना। तो क्या मेरे पास opportunity है to use my strength or not? I have to see what are the opportunities. मैं जो हूँ, मेरी strength है communication, लेकिन मैं अप्लाई कर रहा हूँ आईटी कंपनीज में जहाँ पे कम्युनिकेशन की बजाय आपको टेक्निकल स्किल्स जरूरत होती है। आप बैठे रहिए, प्रोग्रामिंग दिन रात करते रहिए, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल आपकी वेस्ट हो रही है और आपको पसंद नहीं है बैठ के अकेले अपने प्रोग्रामिंग करते रहना, तो वो आपके लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है। तो देन यू हैव टू सी मेरी अपॉर्चुनिटी कहाँ है कि यस इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में मार्केटिंग में एक एग्जीक्यूटिव चाहिए जिसका काम होगा प्रेस से बात करना या अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में बताना लोगों को, या फिर कोऑर्डिनेट करना बहुत लोगों से। सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हमारी जो स्ट्रेंथ है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली अपॉर्चुनिटीज को आइडेंटिफाई करना एक्सटर्नल, राइट। सो ये सब चीजें जब हम लोग जान जाएंगे, आंसर्स आई विल टेक एट द एंड। सो गेटिंग होल्ड ऑफ ऑल दीज data within us and outside us, we can formulate our success strategy कि हम लोग कैसे कामयाब हो सकते हैं आगे। That's why we do personal SWOT analysis। ये एक विंडो होती है, आप देखें इसको, look at this window because पिक्चर्स जो हैं लॉन्ग लास्टिंग इंप्रेशन छोड़ती हैं, आपको ज्यादा देर तक याद रहती हैं। तो आई एम श्योर बहुत से लोग अवेयर होंगे इससे और बहुत से लोग वो शायद ना अवेयर हो, लेकिन बहुत ही कॉमन टर्म है आज का SWOT एनालिसिस। Our strength lies at the top, opportunities lies at the bottom, strength and weaknesses and threats and opportunities. You will see this is how the picture look like. हमारी जो स्ट्रेंथ है वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज के ऊपर बैठी होती हैं, हमारी वीकनेसेस हमारी थ्रेट्स के ऊपर बैठी होती हैं। This is how the impression should be in your mind while you are analyzing yourself on the basis of SWOT. Our strength, ब्रूस ली ये खैर हमारी स्ट्रेंथ नहीं है, बट यस बॉयज जो होते हैं वो लोग चाहते हैं कि मेरी बॉडी ब्रूस ली की तरह हो। एवरीबडी, बहुत से लोगों का इंटरेस्ट होता नहीं है इसमें, दैट इज बिसाइड द पॉइंट। एन इंटरनल रिसोर्स और कैपेबिलिटी हेल्पफुल टू अचीव डिजायर्ड गोल, दैट इज अवर स्ट्रेंथ। हमारे अंदर ऐसी क्या चीज है, एक ऐसी क्या कैपेबिलिटी है जो कि जो गोल हमें चाहिए वो गोल को अचीव करने में हमें हेल्प कर रहे हैं। तो मदद करे. Internal positive aspect that are under our control, that we can control. Things that I'm really good at, value you have to offer, that I can give, I can offer this thing. It can be an organization, it can be a scenario. एक शादी है, शादी में जो है लोग कहते हैं लड़की की शादी है, मैं क्या हेल्प कर सकूँ आपकी. ये एक बड़ा वेग सवाल हो गया. ये वो लोग कहते हैं मोस्टली विदाउट ऑफेंडिंग एनीबॉडी, जिनको कुछ काम नहीं है, सर कुछ करना है बता दो. नहीं, जो लोग को पता अपनी स्ट्रेंथ, वो कहेंगे कि मेरे पास जो है अच्छी बॉडी है, तो जो सामान सा यहाँ पड़ा हुआ है रास्ते में और अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, आई विल लिफ्ट ऑल दीज थिंग्स एंड पुट इट इनसाइड, ताकि जो है ये जगह अच्छे हो जाए. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर, मेरा एम क्या है? मेरा एम है कि हेल्प करना. बड़ा एम है, शादी है किसी की, वो चीज अच्छी, वो जगह अच्छी होनी चाहिए, इंप्रेसिव होनी चाहिए. मुझे क्या पता है? मुझे अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पता है कि मेरे अंदर ताकत है, आई कैन डू दिस फिजिकल वर्क. तो मैंने ऑफर कर दिया अपनी वैल्यू के इफ आई एम कमिंग टू यू, आई विल मूव ऑल दीज थिंग्स, दीज विल लुक गुड. ये होगी फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ, मुझे पता है. दूसरे आदमी को पता है कि आई हैव गॉट अ गुड एनालिसिस पावर, आई हैव गॉट गुड नंबर्स क्रंचिंग थिंग. तो बताएगा कि भाई इस शादी में 100 लोग आएंगे, इसमें इतना खाना चाहिए, इतना इसमें इतना राइस चाहिए, इतनी दाल चाहिए, गोभी चाहिए, मीट चाहिए एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स. तो वो बैठ के सारा बता देगा, ताकि जो है खाना वेस्ट ना हो, उससे पैसे बच जाएं और खाना कम भी ना पड़े, इज्जत बच जाए. दिस इज व्हाट we say, that I am aware of my strength and I can offer the value. So that's what the strength is. It is in the general thing, in the student life, aspiring to go into the organizations. I am doing my HRM, I am doing my social work. Social work में मैं BSW कर रहा हूँ. मेरी strength है, I like to talk to people. तो मैं शायद एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट लूँ आगे स्पेशलाइजेशन MSW में, जिसमें कि इंटरेक्टिंग विद पीपल बहुत ज़्यादा हो. वेलफेयर है, डेवलपमेंट है, सॉरी, इन सब चीज़ों में आई वुड नो माई स्ट्रेंथ एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली आई विल चूज माई मास्टर्स स्पेशलाइजेशन. मास्टर्स में जो लोग हैं, वो लोग कहेंगे कि जो कंपनीज को क्या चीज़ चाहिए, मेरे पास अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्या क्या हैं, देन आई शुड आइडेंटिफाई माई स्ट्रेंथ, कि आई एम गुड एट इट, आई एम गुड एट दैट, आई एम गुड एट दिस, आई एम गुड एट दैट. Hence, I can offer these values. तो जो मेरे चांस है सिलेक्शन के, if I'm going to do job, वो ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ जाते हैं. उससे मेरा टाइम बच जाता है. I will not waste my time at other places. That's why it is important to know our strength. Weakness, don't go by the body. ये कुछ ज़्यादा ही निराश लग रहे हैं. But because it was Bruce Lee, तो उसका फ्लिप साइड हमें दिखाना था, तो हमने ये वर्ड यूज कर लिए. वीकनेस क्या होता है? वीकनेस इज एन इंटरनल एट्रीब्यूट अगेन, और अ बैरियर टू अचीव डिजायर्ड गोल. उसमें पहले स्ट्रेंथ में आपको हेल्प कर रहा है गोल अचीव करने में, यहाँ आपको बैरियर है वो. सो इट्स द नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट that are under your control and that you can improve. The important aspect, why do you want to know your weakness, is that you can improve upon it. मेरी कमजोरी है, I am very shy to talk to people. But my job, my organization, my college, my university, my subjects, my viva, they demand that I should be able to talk to people, communicate well, use right words, modulate properly. ये मेरी requirement है. तो what I will do, I will work on my weakness so that I can improve upon it. Communication को कैसे improve करते हैं? शीशे के सामने आप खड़े हो जाइए और बोलते रहिए. रिकॉर्ड कर लीजिए अपना. शीशा तो पुराना जमाना हो गया, हमारे टाइम का जमाना है जब इतने फोन नहीं होते थे और वीडियोस नहीं होते थे, या होते फोन थे तो बहुत कम उनमें होती थी स्पेस, जो गीगाबाइट और मेगाबाइट जो होते हैं. अब तो फोन ऐसे से आ गए हैं कि एक टेराबाइट के हो गए. तो आप रिकॉर्ड कर लीजिए अपने आप को और फिर सुनिए, और क्रिटिकली सुनिए कि यार ये तो बिल्कुल मतलब मैंने गलत कर दिया, अरे नहीं ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए था. उसे देखिए फ्रॉम दूसरे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. तो इससे वीकनेस, then what will happen next time? You will do better. keep repeating it until you achieve the desired result in your weakness. तो वो आपकी weakness दूर हो जाएगी. That's why it says that it is very very important to know about both the factors, both the internal factors जो आपके कंट्रोल में है, that is strength and weaknesses. अभी strength weakness की बात हो गई यहाँ पर. We are nearing an end. Now we'll talk about the opportunity. आप देख रहे हैं एक फिश जो है, एक बॉल में बहुत सारी फिशेस हैं और ऑब्वियसली उसमें खाने के लिए भी कम है, लड़ाइयाँ हो रही हैं, तैरने के लिए भी पानी कम है, सांस लेने के लिए भी थोड़ा सा वो होगा, सो नहीं पाते होंगे, किच किच पिक पिक हो रही है. तो उसमें से एक फिश ने अपनी स्ट्रेंथ देखी कि यस आई कैन जंप हाई. अगर मान लो बराबर वाला बॉल नहीं रखा हुआ होता और उसकी जंप हाई की स्ट्रेंथ है, तो इफ शी वुड जंप शी वुड फॉल ऑन द ग्राउंड एंड शी विल डाई. लेकिन उसने अपॉर्चुनिटी देखी कि बराबर में एक बॉल रखा हुआ है, इट इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी जहां मैं सिर्फ अकेले होंगे, आई विल हैव प्लेंटी टू ईट, आई विल हैव प्लेस टू स्विम, आराम से सो पाऊंगी, बिकॉज माई गोल, मेरा गोल ये है. बाकी लोगों का गोल कुछ और हो सकता है, दे वांट टू बी टुगेदर, बट इस पर्टिकुलर फिश का गोल ये था और इसने अकॉर्डिंगली अपनी स्ट्रेंथ यूज करके जंप मार दी और इट गोज इनटू न्यू बाउल. So this is a typical example of using your strength for an opportunity that you see. So opportunity is basically external. It is an external condition that could provide a competitive advantage. A positive external condition that are not under your control. ये बॉल वहां होना आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है. ये somebody came and kept the ball there. He could have kept the ball थोड़ा दूर दूसरी टेबल पे, बट ये आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है. लेकिन क्योंकि कोई आके रखा आपने और आपके कंट्रोल में क्या, आपने इसको देखा, आपने इसको आइडेंटिफाई करा कर, यस इट इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी, दैट इज अंडर कंट्रोल. सो अपॉर्चुनिटीज इज एन एक्सटर्नल कंडीशन दैट आर नॉट अंडर कंट्रोल बट व्हिच यू मे बी एबल टू टेक एडवांटेज. फॉर एग्जांपल कंपनी ग्रोथ हो गया, फील्ड शॉर्टेज एक्सेट्रा. सो आई होप अपॉर्चुनिटी आप लोगों को आ गई है. सो अपॉर्चुनिटी इज नॉट इन योर कंट्रोल बट इट इज इन योर कंट्रोल टू आइडेंटिफाई एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है जब हम लोग अपनी स्ट्रेंथ और वीकनेस को आइडेंटिफाई कर लें तो हम इंटरनल फैक्टर्स के बाद एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर अपनी स्ट्रेंथ के अकॉर्डिंगली अपॉर्चुनिटी को आइडेंटिफाई करें. द लास्ट थिंग इज थ्रेट. अब यहाँ पे जो है एक आदमी दूसरे आदमी को खूब डांट रहा है, तो उसको लग रहा है कि भाई ये तो मुझे बहुत डांटेगा, मेरा बॉस है, इसका अथॉरिटी है, मुझे बाहर निकाल देगा कंपनी से, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. बट the fact is that it is again an external condition which can damage the scope of attaining your goals, your objectives. एक कंडीशन है यहाँ पर, बहुत से मछलियां साथ, उसी एग्जांपल को बताऊंगा, आपको समझाऊंगा दोबारा से. So many fishes together, they are in a bowl. All the fishes would conspire against the fish that can jump high. And they will try and push her out of the ball, knowing that there is no another ball outside. So it is not in your control. It's a threat. Then you have to see that this might happen tomorrow. This might happen day after tomorrow. So what I will do, I will mold my behavior. मैं लोगों को टोकना बंद कर दूंगी as a fish. I will be more friendly with them because I do not want them to work against me and throw me out. So that's why it is important to know our threats also. So it is a negative external condition that are not under your control, but the effect of which you may be able to lessen. तो तुम लोग, अगर हम लोग अपने थ्रेट आइडेंटिफाई कर लेंगे तो हम लोग इसको लेसन कर सकते हैं, कम कर सकते हैं. So guys, I would say that I have summed up the internal and external factors of self-analysis using SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity and threat, that you are very well aware. I will briefly take you, I will just read out to the SWOT of our organization so that you know that when an organization does a SWOT, what does they look, and you can accordingly map your SWOT to the organization SWOT. Next page is, okay, so we were talking about examples also. Very quickly, personal strength and weaknesses. Strength is positive self-image, education, आपके certificates, work experience, technical knowledge in a specific field. I am very good with my mobile phone. कुछ कमी आती तो I can solve it. Communication skills, leadership skills, networking and contact, interaction with professional organization. These are our, as a student, these are our strength that we can, kind of look to identify. Weaknesses, flip side, negative self-public image, education not in related field or at a lower level. Somebody is looking for masters, I'm bachelor's. I will go for master's first, then apply for that position. Lack of desired work experience, lack of technical knowledge, lack of communication skills, leadership skills, and I don't have goals and objectives. I do not know what do I want. मुझे पता ही नहीं मुझे क्या चाहिए. This is very very important. It is my weakness. तो सबसे पहली बात है, I should know what are my goals and objectives in life. You may be aware that we as an HR manager ask this question: what do you want to achieve in next 5 years? And answer to that question is very, very important. If you can answer that question correctly, according to you, not according to the organization, then you have a better chance. Then you know that what you want. So that's a weakness. You should know what you want in your life. Opportunities, growth, globalization in your field of choice. अब social work जो है, for example, I'm assuming that most of them are from social department or social department or economics or sociology वगैरह. मोस्टली जो है सोशल वर्क ग्लोबलाइजेशन एक ग्लोबल फिनोमेना है. वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में ये रिक्वायरमेंट है मैंडेटरी. तो मेरे फील्ड में ग्लोबलाइजेशन कितना है, आईटी में कितना ग्लोबलाइजेशन है, ये मेरी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं. क्योंकि होगा क्या कि अभी तो मेरा अपॉर्चुनिटी सिर्फ इंडिया है, बढ़ गया तो फिर अपॉर्चुनिटी वर्ल्ड ओवर हो जाएगा. टेक्निकल एडवांसेस इन योर फील्ड ऑफ वर्क, एडवांटेज विद एनहांसिंग योर स्किल्स, trends needing your kind of skills, chance to target more specific job goals, chance for advancement in your field. अपनी फील्ड में स्पेशलाइजेशन कैसे कर सकते हैं? एचआर में मैंने स्पेशलाइजेशन करी है टैलेंट डेवलपमेंट में, मैंने स्पेशलाइजेशन की है परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट में, सुपर स्पेशलाइजेशन करी है मैनेजमेंट बाय ऑब्जेक्टिव, उसके अंदर और स्पेशलाइजेशन करी है ऑब्जेक्टिव सेटिंग में. तो यू कैन ऑलवेज एडवांस इन योर फील्ड ऑफ स्टडी, इन फील्ड ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस, व्हाटएवर. Location is at your advantage. I'm in Dubai. I'm at advantage. But Dubai may be feeling an economy downturn today. I'll move to India because India is booming, or I move to UK, or within India I'm in Delhi. I'm in Bihar. I'm in Uttar Pradesh. So I might move from Lucknow to Delhi, from Delhi to Bombay. These kind of things. Bangalore, to use the location to my advantage. I should know in my field where is the most of the things. Social workers, Delhi, by far Delhi and around. Strong network, very important to have a strong network. Threats, downsizing in your chosen field. IT में काफी लोग downsize कर रहे हैं आजकल. Off trends in your field of work. Cutthroat competition among people. Tough competition from young people. Competitors, this is my threat. Tough competition from young people. Not yours, but मेरी तो है. आजकल नए कहते नहीं है कि नए बच्चे इतने स्मार्ट, इतने एक्सीलेंट, इतने टैलेंटेड हैं कि हम लोग अपने आप को we have to keep ourselves up to date with the latest technology. So competitors with superior skills, experience and knowledge. Lack of advanced education and training you need to take. Limited advancement in your field, and companies are not hiring. Especially in COVID, companies are not hiring. पैसे कहाँ से देंगे? उनको पैसे नहीं आ रहे तो लोग पैसे खर्च नहीं कर रहे हैं. कंपनी और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हाँ, so this is what I was talking about कि कंपनीज के लिए क्या strength and weakness वगैरह है. I'll just go through it very slowly. A method of for analyzing a business, its resources and its environment. तीन चीज हम लोग करते हैं. Often used as part of strategic planning. Looks at the internal strength, internal weakness, opportunities in the external environment, threats in the external environment. These are the four things that we see. SWOT analysis का aim क्या है companies का? What is the business does better than the competition? What competition do better? Whether it is making the most opportunities available. How a business should respond to changes in the external environment. Like now, COVID has happened, so the most of the companies are going online. So this is what the companies would show. So I would say that companies are going online. I should also take some course, which is corresponding, which is in sync with the company's opportunities. Strength and weakness, an internal to business relate to the present situation. Opportunities and threats are external to the business, relate to change in the environment which will impact the business. Some possible strength of company, मार्केट शेयर हो गया, टेक्नोलॉजिकल हो गई, इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल लीडरशिप है, ब्रांड रेपुटेशन इज डेफिनेट स्ट्रेंथ, हाई क्वालिटी, लीडरशिप एंड मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स, ये सब चीजें यू कैन ऑलवेज लिस्ट डाउन दीज थिंग्स. Some possible weakness for the company: poor quality, inefficient planning, cash flow problem, skills gap, demotivated staff. Opportunities क्या होती हैं? Again, any feature of the external environment which creates positive potential for the business to achieve its objectives. Possible opportunities for organization may be higher economic growth हो गया, market growth हो गया, demographic change हो गया, diversification है. There are government who are supporting some companies. And last but not the least, what are the threats of organization? Any external development that may hinder or prevent the business from achieving the objectives. क्या threats हैं? New market entrants, demographic change, cost of production increases, competitive price measures, and all those things. So, having said that, I am coming to an end with my presentation. And I will request, yes, here it is. I will stop sharing. Yeah, 1 minute. Okay, yes. So now I'm open to questions. Riyan sir.
Yes, Nabila, you can take some questions. Shaira, are you there? So there are some questions. If students would like to ask some questions.
Okay, sir, I can.
Yes, you ask your. आपने भी अपना question यही सबसे यहीं से शुरू करें.
Okay. I have asked this: if you are hiring an employee from HR department, will you prefer the MBA candidate or MAHRM candidate if both of them are equally good?
This is a biased question.
Yeah. So I let me make sure that I heard correctly. That if I'm hiring an HR professional, will you prefer MBA HR or MHR?
Yes, yes.
Okay. See, whether MBA HR or MHR, what does it give you? It gives your CV to reach to the table. That's it. Qualification are the tools to eliminate the CVs. I am looking for a master's in HR, whether it is MBA or MA. Your CV will come on the table. Then I would call both the candidates. After that, what is in your CV, it doesn't matter. What matters is how do you present yourself? How do you impress yourself? How do you impress the interviewer? That's what matters at the end of the day. Whether MA or MBA, it doesn't really. We have had so many people, those who are MSW and doing so well in HR. They don't have any HR qualification as such, but they were MSW and they are doing CHRO jobs in a big organization. Jamia alumni, I know them. So I'm not saying that you would do you should not do MBA or MA or whatever. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, your personality matters. Yes, you should know your strength before choosing your MA or MBA. That मेरी strength, that I should have the knowledge of finance, I should have the knowledge of other operations. MBA will teach you finance, थोड़ा सा operations, थोड़ा सा HR. I mean बहुत सारा HR. MHR is typically HR. So it depends on what do you want to be, where do you want to be.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And 3 to 4 questions are about how to find their strengths.
Yeah, Shaira can take some questions. Shaira.
Yes, so we have, I think, a couple of questions which are quite similar pertaining to strengths and weaknesses. So the actual pointed question is that what is the best way to identify one's own strengths and weaknesses? Who do we reach out to?
Okay, so there is no particular defined way to identify your strength. So there are many ways. I would say that my strength can be identified by that at some point of time I will know that I'm good at something. For example, if I want to take my education as a indicator, I would say that I'm studying 4, 5, 6 subjects. So in which subject I'm scoring highest marks without doing much of efforts. So that would give me that yes, that is my strength. I like to do mathematics, for example. Or let's talk about people in perspective, masters. In masters, I've got so many subjects, methods of working with people. I don't remember many of them now. There was ownership behavior, there were statistics. So in which subject I'm scoring the highest marks without much of efforts? I'm scoring highest marks in stats. Okay, this is for sure my strength, definitely. Then I would observe my behavior. I have to do effort to observe my behavior. I have to look back that this was the situation. I reacted in this way, and that's why I was able to to achieve success in this particular task. In social department, we write reports. So whatever we did in the whole week, we write reports and give it to supervisor. So when we read those reports, we would know. We analyze those reports. कि हमने क्या चीज करी है ऐसी जो हमें कामयाबी मिल गई. We had certain goals. Okay, I was able to achieve this goal because this path. It can be my personality. So now your strength can be your strength in terms of your education. It can be your personality. It can be in any other term. So you have to actually look back and analyze and see that how and what made you achieve your goal. That becomes your strength.
Right. Thank you. There's a question from one of the faculty members, Dr. Suraya Tabassum. She's asking us, can you please inform students about which sectors would be doing well in the present time, the present situation, given the post COVID era? For example, travel and tourism has been badly affected. So, which are the sectors you would want to highlight?
Okay, so it is a tough question actually. It's like almost predicting the future. But if I can think of, I would say that the company, I mean, as I mentioned in the presentation, that the companies are moving towards online, sales and lot of online offerings. So perhaps yes, the digitization of the companies those who are able to digitize would be able to do well, and the companies those who are helping the IT companies, I would say, they would be doing well. So anything that you can do sitting at home like online trading, yes, finance people they might have an edge, but not the banks. Essential services, for sure, they will be doing better. If I would say, if share market is a trend, then I have seen Amazon jumping fourfolds in terms of the shares. I have seen Microsoft going up. I have seen Tesla doing very well. So these are the companies. Tesla is an automotive company. Not all the automobile companies are doing good, but Tesla is a battery, powered cars they produce. That's doing good.
Yeah.
However, said that, I can assume that everybody is sitting at home. When we would go in the market and we will have the vaccine of COVID today or tomorrow, so anybody and everybody who's sitting at home would like to go out. So the boom in the travel and tourism industry is bound to come. And it will be at least double. So that is it's not a short thing, but it's a very strong assumption. अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं कि आप घर में बैठे हुए हैं तो आप के बाहर जाना चाहेंगे? Yes, I want to. And there will be lots of offers. So yes, that can be, we can say that.
Thank you. We'll take one more question. Which technical skills you feel are most important in order to be a successful HR professional? And what advice would you give to a fresher in the field of HR?
Okay, so in my opinion, I will say data crunching as of today. आज की डेट में it is very very important to have the information. You should know on your tips how many employees are there in your organization? If you ask me, MIT Dubai में कितने लोग काम कर रहे हैं, तो I would say there are 67 faculties, rest are admin, ये total 180. Schools को मिलाते हैं तो हम लोग 437 हैं. So that really helps you analyze, manage your resources as an HR professional. It is very, very important that you are able to analyze the data. That my faculty to student ratio should be 1:20, 1:18, and what is the regulatory requirement and how much we are doing, how many part-time faculties do we have, how many, all those things, how can I suggest to the management, because CEO is a commercial person. If as an HR, I can talk commercial, CEO will start liking me. I can be a partner very well, very easily. But look, sir, we have got 6 faculties. There is a demand to hire 10 more faculties. If we hire 10 faculties, we'll give this much of money. But if we do with part-time faculties, 5 will do this job and we'll save this much of money. He say, yeah, you're a good man. Come on, tell me about this also. So you become a partner in decision making. So it is very important that you develop a skill of data crunching. Technical skill, HRMS is based on Oracle, is based on SAP. So it doesn't really ask you to be, writing the programs, because these are all available now. However, what it asks you is that you should know how to use these things extensively. Keyword and all those. Yes.
Thank you. That's very comprehensively put. So, do we have more time for questions or answers? What do you suggest, or do we proceed to the next, part of the session now, which I believe the students are also looking forward to? Riyan sir, are you there?
Ji. So I think there are other questions also, but there were very similar questions. So I think most of the questions are answered. So I thank Nadeem Shah for a wonderful session. कुछ नई चीजें मुझे भी आज समझने को मिली शॉर्ट में. Thank you नदीम साहब from that perspective. बहुत ही इंसाइट थी उसके अंदर, और अगर देखें तो स्टूडेंट्स पर्सपेक्टिव से मुझे लगता है हम प्रैक्टिस सेशन में जरूर उनका सॉर्ट कराएंगे. We do have some practice sessions after these sessions also. So we'll also take an exercise. We'll ask them तो उन्होंने सॉर्ट क्या किया, तो उसको कुछ हम हो सकता है गाइड कर पाए उसे रिव्यू करने के बाद. Thank you very much for these inputs. Now I think we should move on to our second speaker.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure actually, and I am so glad that even if I'm able to explain a little bit, it is my pleasure, and moreover I am so much overwhelmed to be connected back to Jamia, which I always try and do here. I'm basically Riyan साहब को पता है कि I'm heading the Jamia Alumni Association in Dubai. पिछले 4 साल नहीं कर पाए because of the COVID. We always invite people from around the globe.
क्या बिल्कुल बिल्कुल इस बार एक मुझे लगता है एक सेशन हमें ऑनलाइन एलुमनी का भी कर लेना चाहिए इसी तरह से. At least we can be together, and at least we can share our thoughts and speak to each other.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I think we can work on it.
This is the beginning. हमने आज आपका टैलेंट देख लिया, अब हम आपको छोड़ेंगे नहीं, आपसे और टाइम लेंगे नेक्स्ट सेशंस के लिए. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We move to our next speaker. Over to Nabila. Nabila, are you there?
Yes, sir. Now I would like Ms. Rupa Sharma Hassan to begin her session and tell us cover the topic of self-awareness analysis, and that is the important detail.
Help me with this one. See, it's not going live. Am I live? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Rupa, we can hear you. Would you like to come with the video also? I think.
No. Is it?
Okay, so I have to present your presentation, or you are doing yourself?
I'll just set up this camera and my presentation. So you are sharing the presentation, or shall I share?
Okay, I'll share. If you need, I can share a presentation. I do have.
The sound.
Can you see this presentation?
Showing up now.
Okay, so I formally welcome Ms. Rupa Sharma Hassan to Jamia Millia Islamia, to its home, back home. Like she's an alumna of Jamia Millia Islamia MHRM. So welcome to Jamia, Rupa, and I'm so glad that you have earned really a good. You are so rich in terms of these skills in coaching people, executives. You are also, as you were just telling us about with your department, that is employee happiness department. It's a really great thing because it is again very unique kind of thing where when generally companies are not having such departments. So though employee engagements are there, so that would be a great learning for all of us, for our students, for faculty members. So I welcome you to Jamia. I welcome you to our school on job readiness. So over to you, Rupa.
Just a minute, sir. I'm just setting up. We are just shifting the laptop, and here camera is not on.
You take your time.
I'm just. Nadeem is helping me with the camera. You can hear my voice.
Okay.
Yeah. So the camera is switching off every time. He's just fixing that. No.
No issues.
Okay. I'll start with from Nadeem's camera.
So you use that to presentation. I am just running from my side, so you can use that.
Hello. Yeah, I think I will use this. Yeah.
Yes. Now we can see you.
All right.
So presentation. Presentation is visible.
Have you given me the rights to go to the next slides, or you would help me with that?
I'll do that because I can't give you that right.
Okay,
I do not have that permission basically.
Okay, not a problem. So I would like to thank you, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, sat sri akal to everyone. I want to request all the participants who actually we have lost half of the participants here, and that's a a very good information which is at their okay, that's the number of chat. We have 97 people here.
Yeah, 99 are there already.
Yeah, I said okay, it's 51 chat things. There are 88 people. Never mind. So to engage you guys to hang around till the end, let me tell you, I'm going to teach you some magic today. Yeah, and magic, jadoo jeene ka, theek hai? And the science behind the things that you all want to hear and we all want to achieve in life. So whatever is going on in our life, there are two things to move ahead. Either we live by choice, या तो हम अपनी मर्जी से अपनी जिंदगी को अपने डिजाइनर जिंदगी जी सकते हैं, या फिर एक हमारे जुलेना की लैंग्वेज में धुप्पल की जिंदगी जी सकते हैं. So today talk about if you don't want to live a life by chance and you want to really have a designer life, it's a sincere request, hang around till I finish today. That's number one. Now, who am I? And little introduction to the students and the faculty members who I'm not familiar with. That I'm Rupa. Me and Nadeem, we did a bachelor's in social work from Jamia Millia Islamia in 1997, we passed out from social work department, master's in human resource management. I'm UGC qualified lecturer. At that time in 1998, Dr. Hajra Kumar offered me to join the department, but my plans were different. My destiny was somewhere else. And as you can see, my name shows Rupa Sharma Hassan. I belong to a Brahmin family, and obviously it was not a cakewalk living the life of my dreams and choices. I belong to a family where, jobs and naukri karna wasn't a part of our clan actually. Definitely not for girls. I'm 40, turning 45 this year. Almost when I was growing up, the initial time frame, where child absorb and starts dreaming. We are from a family where girls, you know that 18, 19, my sister got married, she was 18. She had a child when she was 19. So girls in our house and in our family and our society actually born up, and conditioned, okay, teaching की job कर लो, शादी कर, maximum अगर करनी है, अब तो हमारी background में jobs का था ही नहीं, then you just get married and you are conditioned. From Juliana to Lajpat Nagar, going in a bus was a challenge. This is the kind of upbringing and socialization. But one day when I was going to Women's Forum, from Turkey to France, traveling alone in the middle of the night, France airport, I had to take a car to attend this conference, 200 miles straight alone. I was just reflecting and seeing where I am today, where looking at the planes, it was a dream and a butterfly in the stomach, how it looks like sitting in a plane. MashaAllah, traveled more than 20 countries in last 20 years. It is an achievement. And guys, trust me, we all can do it. It's not, and I have to admit that this was not really planned at that time when we should have. You guys are lucky that your teachers, your professors, our department is giving you this opportunity to share experiences of people who have lived a little bit more life and coming from almost same kind of a background. So this is high time that we, appreciate this effort. Really, really, thank you very much. And this is my passion, being a social worker. My passion is to really to give back, and I really want out of all these participants, if there are few lives who are going to change, my purpose is up. Let's go ahead. I've been working in Dubai for the last 20 years. Not knowingly, I have been into power sector since year 2000. I have worked with CMS Energy. It's an American utility. Then Wärtsilä is a Finnish utility, and then Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. At the moment, for the last 15 years, handling different departments from recruitment to performance management. I left my company and joined another semi-government as an OD specialist for a year. I got quite a good jump, but then I came back knowing that that was not my real happiness, because I really wanted to be with my friends and, the working relationships that I built up. I came back again, and ever since last 5 years, I'm working to make people happy and happier. When this whole idea popped up, I was really thrilled, and one of my vision, I have attracted you guys in my life, and I'm sharing this with you, the science, what has helped not only me, all those achievers in the life, and what science they have followed. Let's go ahead and see, and please stay till the end. These are some of the things that we are going to talk about today. How do we learn, and how we can unlearn what we have already learned. Okay, so know one thing, whatever you have learned, how to unlearn the learnings which are not helping us at all, and they are a kind of coming like a fear for us. Now, what is the purpose of life? What are the facts and myths? What is the science behind the psychology and the spirituality connection? And the life cycle, the big question, why we are here for, because we're talking about self-awareness. And trust me, guys, this is one of the biggest questions. And, we'll talk about Maslow's need hierarchy. This is the top. When we do everything, at the end, people talk about my purpose and self-awareness. And you kids are now, with the help of the faculty members, you're starting your life journey with this very heavy question, which is, self-awareness. The impact of stress, we'll know about what is stress, how it affects us, and how our programs that we have learned are real cause of our stress, and how we can help ourselves to get over those, and how we are all connected. Because if you will think that I'll do this and I hide everything that I do and I don't share, trust me, the journey is empty, hollow, and not full. When we work together and help everyone, that's the real success. And it's better if we get this right now, otherwise it's very late. So let's go ahead, sir. I can use mine. So, okay, let's continue and we'll see what happens. Okay. So, sir, my computer is ready. Can I shift to there because the battery is going to die, this computer? Yeah?
Please go ahead. We can take a pause for 2 minutes, no issues. Please.
Sorry?
You can continue with your computer issues.
Now here I have my presentation. All right. So I want everyone to write down, or if you guys wish, write here why you want to train, or why you want to know for self-awareness. What is your why are you here today? Have one thing for yourself. Have it in your brain. Ask yourself.
The voice is actually echoing, so we're not really able to hear much.
Rupa, you please ask Nadeem to mute.
What is your purpose of attending this particular session?
Thank you.
Please write one thing. You can write here in the chat if you wish, or you have it. So some of the things that I have mentioned here, if you want to be happy or happier, overcome the stress, want to be healthy, interested in helping yourself and your learning, or you're just curious, or your current programs, whatever you have learned, is not helping you and serving you. Ask yourself why you are here. So at the end, I can help you out with your purpose of joining us. Now we'll know about metrics of knowledge. It's very important to know there are 4 steps in learning. Now today you need to know there are many things. Unconscious incompetence is something that you don't know something. So there are many things we know in unconscious incompetence that I don't know. But today I'm going to tell you there are things that you know but you don't know, which is the conscious incompetence. I know that I don't know is a conscious competence. Then I know something, but I have to think about it. Some tables, some calculations. There are certain things that you are aware about, and you will recollect. And there's expertise when we know everything. Like, okay, I know this to an extent that I'm on autopilot. The way we walk, our walk is autopilot. Those who know driving, it's autopilot. You can go and drive and reach wherever you want. Swimming. Some people, those who know swimming, they don't have to think about. So today you need to know there are many things you don't know that you know, and I'll help you out with some information and facts. The way we are going to talk about in this presentation, I'll give you some building blocks, some pieces of information, and keep them as the block, and towards the end you'll be able to put those blocks to make this whole tower and information, and you can then comprehend it better. So each slide is like a block, and you will see the relevance of each piece of information when you'll be able to put up all this together. Today we have here psychologists and faculty members, those who have been in the teaching realm for a very long time. But one thing is here, and I'm proud to share this, sir and ma'am. There's so many things in the world. The knowledge is so vast that what we all know is just a drop in an ocean. And I hope, and inshallah, I'll be able to pass on some information that will benefit people of all ages. Now, exactly in our life, ask yourself what we want, what I want. So just say your name. What, Rupa, do you want? So what do you want? What are your goals? What is the thing where you see yourself? Let's say, where do you see yourself 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, or 20 years from now? if you don't have that vision, you will never get there. Definitely not by choice. Yes, by chance and dhuppal you can reach there, right? So what we want is half a battle is won if we know what we want. And let's say now somebody has said, Papa wants you to be an engineer, or Mama wants you to be a HR professional because she is the one. So ask yourself why you are in MA Social Work or HRM and whatever discipline you are in. Because of you or because of somebody else's push and you were not able to figure it out. So if you are not able to figure it out, it's okay. Maybe your family members and whoever has advised you, they know your strength. So trust that. If you don't know, trust somebody who you really trust. So what you want to know is where you are heading toward is in line with your desired goal. If it is not matching, very soon in life you are going to regret. And I'll tell you the statistics of global, there is a research, a beautiful research, which is we are going to talk about. So ask yourself what I want, where do I see myself in 15 years from now? And if you are not in the direction where you want to reach, are you willing to change? And here on the right hand side, so just 1 second on the Maslow need hierarchy, I'm sure many of you must have seen. Ask yourself what is your highest driving force? Is you want to just have basic needs we all need, job, we need to have, maybe not job, money. We need money, food, air, water to survive. We need house. These needs are same. Now you look yourself, what drives you the most? The love, affection, social relationships, your people person. If these are your highly, this is where you spend most of your time, it means you are people's person. If you are driven with the acknowledgement, applaud, awards, trophies, you're the person who's driven with, competition. So you go in a field where you have competition. And at the top, you have self-actualization. If you are the person who's more into spirituality and everything that you are looking from the God's perspective and point of view, so probably that is something which is your call. So you do some introspection, and in subsequent slides, you can get more clarity on this. So you can identify your personality. Another building block, guys, thoughts are our inner programs. So this body is a hardware, and thoughts that we have in our mind, they are our own inner programs. This is what we hear all the time. Now, on an average, human beings have 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. And out of these 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day, 95% thoughts are the same thought that we had yesterday. So it's from the past. And guess what? 80% thoughts are negative thoughts. So knowing these statistics from the neuroscientists and from the research companies, if our 50 to 60,000 thoughts as of past day, and which are 80% negative, so what kind of life we are living today, that we are going to actually, we can literally predict the future. If our negative thoughts are going on and on and on, the future is going to be the same as of today. So now some of the things that we always have, and you find out your thought, what kind of language you talk, self-talk. I'm not lucky. I can't do it. I don't deserve it. Some people are lucky. Some people are born with silver spoon. I have to work hard. I have to strive. The life is tough. It's not easy. All these languages. What is your dialogue? What is the thing that you really talk to yourself and feed your brain with? So have that awareness. You can do one thing. When you sleep, anytime in the day, write down the kind of thoughts are repeated in your brain and make positive side and negative side and just see what is the pattern. And then you will know if your program is positive or negative. So that's one block. Now, we have a reason. Many people here right now will say, you know what, those who have everything is very easy for them to advise. We have our defense mechanism. My family is there. I have to do this. There is no choice. My parents will not listen. What is the defense mechanism? An excuse we give it to ourselves to justify our negative thoughts. So find out what is your defense mechanism. What is the excuse you are giving to yourself that, okay, I'm a girl, I don't know English. I'll tell you, I've studied from this primary school in Jelena. It's on the main road near Hanuman Mandir. And our teachers were very sweet. We used lunchtime samosa lado, chai lado, evergreen say. I'm not complaining, but it was like family kind of environment. Complete Hindi medium, takti pe likhne ka bhi experience hai. Then schooling from another Hindi medium school, which was Kasturba Balika Vidyalaya, Harijan Sevak Sangh Dwara Sanchalit. महात्मा गांधी ट्रस्ट पापा आश्रम उसको रन करता है. My first time ever in English medium was in Jamia first year, and I had nightmares because I was a brilliant student. I used to get I got distinction in 2 subjects in 12th class, and in Jamia I was sweating because English medium, how I'm going to cope up. So that was my biggest challenge. And first year, thank God, alhamdulillah, I got 55%. I was very happy. I thought I will fail. But today I have been working with different nationalities. English is okay, if not perfect. So I'm telling you from my own experiences, there's no excuse. Do not leave any excuse for yourself so that you will sabotage yourself and harm yourself more. Let's go ahead for the next step. Write down your excuses and saboteurs. Now, this is something serious. Do not get sad, please, but this is the fact of life. What is life? A life is a journey between B to D, birth to death, and in between we have C, choices. So whatever choices we make and choose, our life is a result of all those choices. So we accept it, sooner the better. Now, you can see here, this graph is the life expectancy, a global life expectancy survey that talks about an average lifespan of human being in different continents. And you will see that developed countries, underdeveloped countries, let's say if you are very lucky, I know Delhi life expectancy average is going 62, I think 62, 65 years. Whatever age you are in right now, 22, 23, you see 1/4 is gone. And if you're very happy, go ahead, continue the same way. If you think that you have your dreams and desires and life needs more and majestic ending, so it's better to find out that stick right now and go towards it, right? So this is another block. Keep it in your mind. The average lifespan you have spent your life in studying, quarter life, and then see yourself. Next slide, please, sir. So what happens the day, or let's say it's, Delhi average is 62. If you're very lucky, inshallah, alhamdulillah, we will live up to 75 or 80 years. But one day, that day will come where we are going to just reflect and we say, it's good to have an end in mind in, where we want to be. Let's say, I want to be an IS officer. Yes, cool. But at what cost? Please make sure that you enjoy your journey. The process is very important. The first time I went to UK, I never thought, because my aunt used to live in America, and as a 5-year-old, I used to look at the airplane. I say, one day I'll go to America, and I used to just imagine myself being there. So whatever I have done, I have no regrets. And that is one of the things that I want to tell you guys. If you are doing anything, do it with full conviction, passion, commitment, and accept it and enjoy the process. Because at the end, when you will reflect that you're 75, D-Day is there, Yamraj, Mulakul Maut is there, and we reflect, but how have we lived our life? Worth living? So keep an end in mind, but make sure you enjoy your journey. Enjoy your college time, enjoy your interview process. Enjoy the butterflies before the interview, the throat gets dry, and enjoy that. It's okay, it's fine. The whole ocean of knowledge is in front of you. We will have another session on how to prepare for an interview. But just enjoy everything that you do. Enjoy your failures, because one day you are going to be successful, and you will say, I enjoyed being a failure at one point in time. So it's going to get over whatever we are going through every tough time. Let's go ahead with another one. This is beautiful. 5 regrets. Yeah, please know this, and then especially all the members, not only students. I'm addressing everyone. This is a research done by Brownie Ware. She worked all her life in an ICU ward, and she wrote after her retirement a book, The Top 5 Regrets of Dying People. And guess what? These top 5 regrets, I wish the top one is those people who were in this ward, she used to talk to them because she knew that they're going to die one day, any day, today, tomorrow, in the evening. So she was making a diary, a note. What are the things that people have when they're dying? So these 5 regrets that they were common across, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not for others expected of me. You guys are lucky right now to get hold of this research finding right now so that you know you design your life by choice and you do not have this regret when we are going to go to different dimension. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I'm not saying go lazy, but enjoy your hard work, not to an extent that you exhaust yourself. Enjoy your hard work, but take breaks. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Express your feelings. Tell people you like them, love them, share your sentiments, emotions. Because there's a book that I was studying, and I have it right now. Feelings buried alive never die. So all the feelings that we hold it, they gets blocked at the cellular level, and we'll talk about that today. Every positive or negative feeling which is experienced by the body secretes a chemical reaction. And we talk about that in another slide, but know that express your feeling is very important. Give greeting cards, write letters, send WhatsApp messages to people you want to convey your messages to. Express your anger if you are angry. Cry if you are sad. It's okay, whether you're a boy or a girl, if you're a man or a woman, husband, wife, whatever age. So cry and let the negative chemical leave your body. Then I wish I had allowed myself to be more happier. We just don't believe in being happy. We just allow ourselves. We are burdened with responsibilities and the world, 9 to 5 job, traffic, and at the end of the day when we reach home, we are just looking at and just complaining in this newspaper. Please, guys, disconnect and allow yourself. Have every day, every week, do something that pleases you the most. Treat yourself. It's very important to avoid these regrets because life is not worth living with these regrets. So that's the blog, keep it safe. Now, write down what stresses you the most. It's very important to write down because if you not write down, you will never know what exactly stresses you. And if you know, when you prepare a list of your stressors, you will know there are many things which are very petty. Many things which are very petty that you can solve like this. But there are some major issues which are worth your attention. They are left behind because there's small, tiny things which are overloading the stress bars. Write down your stressors, sort them out, and say this is my biggest one, and that's this is my least. So you can do the needful to make sure that you address those stressors. So making a list is very important. Now, another building block. 1% population of the world holds 80% of world wealth. On the left-hand side, you will see the richest nation in the world. On the right-hand side, you will see the maximum suicide by 1,000, suicide rate by countries. And this is really amazing to see. One of the top happiest nations which are listed, by the way, they sponsor even the researchers, those who publish these research. These countries are sponsoring those researchers. But anyway, if you see Finland is one of the top happiest nations here among top, and it's one of the countries with the highest suicide rate. What I want to say here, happiness is very relative. If you have scored 70% and your friend has scored 80%, don't be sad. Look at people, those who fail and have 55 and 65. So it's very important to know that it's never enough. There are students who commit suicide with 95% and 99%, they didn't get the job, somebody commits, come on. I mean, it will be never enough. Ambani's the wealth is not enough, and there is, I'll talk about another research. Money is never enough and it's not a criteria. Oh, you cannot see the data? We can share the presentation and I can't see the full data because the screen is showing very less. Probably you can increase the size. So so for you to know, money is not a only criteria to be happy. It's a need. It's a need and good to have. There's a baraka in money. There's a barakat in money. Now, this study is very beautiful piece, and everyone must please pay attention. Forbes magazine have published a research done by Harvard Management School. They were interviewing people for 80 years, same group of children. You know, they were small little kids when they started, just 4 or 5 years of age. They continued this research till they reached 80 years. Some of them died, some of them, old age, sicknesses and whatnot. So after the research, they have concluded and published in Forbes magazine, one of the biggest reason that they have quoted all these people as per this research after living the whole life, the one happiness factor is to have healthy, happy relationships. It's one of, if you see in the top regrets also, it's very important to have strong relationships, closest relationship, taking care of yourself physically, financially, and emotionally. Biggest reason for happiness. So number one is healthy relationship, meaning relationship with your family, friends, neighbors, fellow human being. Relationships are important and one of the most happiest factors for healthy, happy life. Now here, talking about, I have a question, please. How you can make this line shorter without cutting it or touching it? Not for the teachers, maybe you guys must have seen this before. For students, is there any way to make sure that this line becomes shorter without touching it or rubbing it or cutting it? Okay, that was smart. We have intelligent people around. Obviously, yes. If we have a long line here in front of this line will become shorter automatically. What does it mean? We are all in our own capacity have speciality, something, some kind or the other. God has not created even an ant without a quality. A honey bee has a quality and gives us honey. So even the spider has a purpose. All of us, we have the purpose. We don't have to look at those people who have more than us. Better job. Okay. I know my nephew, he has studied from Jamia, campus recruitment. His best friend got selected and he said, you know what, I didn't get selected. I said, it's fine, you will get your chance soon. So when your friends are getting jobs, be happier for them so that you send the positive energy. So the law of attraction will send you better job as well. So looking at what others have, you forget what you already have. So always appreciate your strengths. Oh, there was something on that line slide. Soon after 9/11, in Western world, one thing is very important. हर चीज का data रखते हैं, हर चीज का statistics है उनके पास. वहाँ पे monthly forecast, actually weekly forecast and data sharing होता है suicide rate का. Soon after 9/11, the suicide rate in United States reduced to a very great extent. And there was a research done why that happened. You know, one of the basic reasons that they all gave, looking at so many people died and their families suffering, people lost jobs. So there was already so much of empathy in people, those who wanted to commit suicide, but they dropped the idea when they started looking at those who suffered already. What I want to convey with this research data, that happiness is a comparative phenomenon. I don't have a bigger car, but at least I have a car. Some people don't have car. So it's very important to see people, those who have lesser than us, so that our mind knows we have enough. Now talking about the science, the mistake that science have been making for last decades, couple of decades, for last 40 years, there have been new research which is emerging, which is quantum mechanics. The old science, the Newtonian science, talks about that universe is a matter, that we are body, we live here, we die, and that's it. But today, quantum mechanics says we are energy beings. And I tell you today why it's important to know that who you really are for self-awareness. You guys are not only bodies. We are not bodies. We are interacting constantly through a divine matrix, and we'll talk about the divine matrix. Now, we see math has been accepted as one of the fundamentals of science. Physics, as of recently accepted as a Newtonian science, where we say we all are matter. Chemistry is a very big portion of science, biology, but psychology was always left behind by the scientists as taking as a mainstream science. But if you will know, 95% brain that we have here is subconscious. And this 95% subconscious mind drives our whole life and energy that we have in us. And that energy in here changes the biochemical composition and the biochemistry of our inner environment. And we do what we do and we get what we do by only the scientific composition, biochemical composition, and the energy formation inside. And I'll tell you, this might sound a little complicated, but in a very small, in a very layman language, I will go ahead and tell you how our emotions and thoughts create the life we live today, and how we will attract what we want, the jadoo part. So we will talk about the psychology, the biggest important control center of our life, okay, which is mind. So, and let's see how we do that. Today, I want to share with you, you guys can Google about these scientists, those who have established with their papers, their medical research has been published in the scientific journals. We have Dr. Greg Braden, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton is a biologist, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Bruce Lipton, he has done stem cell research and how the mind creates an energy and the energy affects our body. And whatever we do, how we can get what we want, the science behind. These people, Dr. Deepak Chopra, he's been in this quantum mechanics and quantum emotion, the mechanics of human emotions and what happens when we think positive and negative, how we attract, how we bring everything in our life. These are the people you can research and Google about their research work, and you will be amazed to see the science behind the thought process and emotions. I'll give you some tricks, a juice, a crux that they have taught in this presentation towards the end, how you can play that magic trick which all these people are talking today. Can we go, sir, please? Now, those who are religious here, I'm sure everyone, all of us are having our spiritual connections. What science is talking, what religion is talking, is all what we all have to accept. Now, how many people are religious in this group and follow any spiritual practice? Hindu, Muslim. The world population is, majority is practicing one religion or the other. Majority is Christian, then second Muslim, then Hindus, right? We are all practicing. All the world religions say what I'm talking today, how we can create our own world. In Quran, in Surah Najm, you can see it's written here, the man can have nothing but what he strives for. That the fruit of his striving will soon come in sight. These two verses are from Quran, this is from Bible. Seek and you will find. Aham Brahmasmi, meaning how we create our world with our thoughts. What is important is our intention and our actions are in harmony. We can get whatever we want. Can we go ahead, sir? So this is one block. Please keep in your mind. Be sure what you want. Now, if you guys want to go ahead with some solution, ask yourself one problem having in your mind. What seems to be a problem for you? Getting a job, having a relationship which is not serving you. What is the problem? Have that problem in your mind. And then, so let's go ahead and then ask yourself, what if your problem is the solution? Meaning, what is problem not? What the problem is not, it's a neuro-linguistic language. What the problem is not is a solution. So let's say I want to be happy. Okay? So I am sad, I want to be happy. How you will know that you are happy? So this how you will know that you are happy. Oh, I should have a good job. What kind of job? I should have a job which is a multinational or a local LC, what do you call LLC company here, private limited. Ask yourself what is happiness to you. What is the problem and what is not a problem will give you a solution. Okay? So write down your problem and tell yourself what is not the problem will give you a solution. And then write down and these three very important things. How do you respond to stress? How do you handle your stress? Do you shout, cry, scream, get frustrated, go for running? So how do you really express your stress or emotional state of mind? What are your patterns? How do you react? And try and think how creatively you can express. Do you have the ways, constructive ways to express your feelings or not? If not, you must research about creative expressions of releasing your stressors. And some of them I'll share today with you. Now, performance and stress curve. Not all stress is bad. It's very important to have a little bit of stress in life. Otherwise, we'll get bored. There's no excitement left. In cricket match, who's going to win? In the exams, I don't want to fail. I want to do good. So some stress is required. I want to be fit. It's very important to eat healthy and go out there and run at gym or yoga. So it's very important to leave the boredom and come in a comfort zone. Okay, and then little bit stretch yourself. Stretching as if, okay, I'm walking, but I'm really, my BMI is more. I need to run or jog. So stretch yourself a little bit. And there is a point where you strain yourself. Now, this is the max. You can come out of your stress zone, stretch yourself, which is good. There's the optimum level which is required for the zeal in life, for a positive, harmonious result in our life. But if the strain increases and the strain stays for a longer period of time, prolonged stress becomes a burnout. This is where we start exhausting ourselves and the bodies start releasing negative chemical secretions, which causes sickness. So find out yourself, where are you in life? You are in boredom, comfort level, strain, or optimum, or stress, or in depression. There are signs of depression. If you don't want to get out of your bed, you feel sad, low, complaining all the time, or crying all the time, don't want to meet with people, extreme behavioral changes, extreme mood swings. So there could be a reason that probably it's a depression, and you might see a psychologist or a life coach probably, and talk to somebody to get help. Another building block in this self-awareness process, the stress. 85. No, this is again based on the research. 85% what we fear never happens, and remaining whatever percentage is, which is 15. These people believe that the way they have handled their situation is better than they thought. Sometimes we fear so much, and at the end, we do exam wells. Just before exam, everything just goes blank, and we perform good, and everything is fine and sorted. So majority of the time, we are thinking with the fear, which is giving us all the negativity in life, but actually it's not all that bad. Yeah. So positive self-talk is important. Now, if we do not get alarmed with our fears and sadness and depression, negative thoughts, know that sooner or later, it's going to manifest in our body as a disease, dis-ease. It's called disease because our emotions are not at ease. 95% diseases are psychosomatic, coming from negative thoughts. So high blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid, obesity, cancers, bone pain, anywhere in the body you will feel pain, stiffness. All these are coming from the stress. Now you ask yourself, you have some information now about different blocks, and then ask yourself, Are you a body, mind, or a spirit? And what science and spirituality and the scientists are talking about the quantum emotion field and unified field, who we actually are. So know in subsequent slides how we are unique, divine, powerful beings. We are capable of getting everything that we want, and how we do that. This is the process, and now I'm going to give you the secret of this process. Let's look at that, how a body, mind, and spirit is divine, and scientifically, anybody who follow this process can get anything that you want. So our body is a composition of, we have 70% water, 65 to 70% water. Then we have bones, we have muscles, we have tissues, we have, blood, all these things. We have a human body, which is a matter. Then we have energy, the soul that within us, and the mind. Let's see how our mind works and how our body works and takes command from the mind center. Be aware of your inner environment. What is happening right now? What are the thoughts, assumptions, feelings, desires, emotions? These are the things that they create our inner environment. Now, there are ways to talk to our brain, and our brain has a very specific feature that how we can interact. Brain will not give us a call and talk to us. The brain talks to us with feelings, and it only understands two feelings: fear and love. Something that we like it, something we don't like it. Now, the second feature of our brain is that we only store information with the pictures. Now, if I'll ask you, think about your first day in the college. You can close your eyes and ask, just when I say event, see what comes in your mind. First day in the college, your fresher party, your 18th birthday, for the faculty, when the day you got married, your first air travel. Okay, so these are the important features. Your first time ever when you've been in cinema. So all these pictures will pop up, and you will know that the brain is throwing back the picture. There's no 0100 in coding. So brain stores the information with pictures. Brain talks to us with the feelings, good or bad, negative or positive. Our brain we have access to 10%, maximum 10. Some researchers and scientists, they say it's 5% conscious mind, 95% is subconscious mind. Whatever we know. What's your name? Which college do you study in? Where do you live? What car do you have? What subjects you have. Everything that I know is my conscious mind. Everything you know is your conscious mind. But everything which is the way I behave, my choices, my preferences, my spiritual orientation, everything is subconscious mind. Okay? So let's see, when we know that 95% which is subconscious, we don't even know it's been there. So how to communicate with the subconscious mind? Because this is where the programs are built up. This is how we are who we are because of the subconscious mind storage. And how to interact in order to change the programs that are not helping us. Okay? Now, knowing that mind only sees the pictures, it's impossible for mind to achieve anything that you cannot visualize. It's very important to have a vision, and vision should be very, very crystal clear. What kind of company you want to join? What kind of marks you want to obtain in the university? Which city you want to live in? How fancy your office should be. What kind of company? What kind of car you want to drive? What kind of house you want to live? Create a vision board. Mind cannot see, and hence it will not be able to achieve. Create your deja vu. Create your vision board. Like company's vision board, you have to create your personal vision board. Now, our brain is a little bit tricky, but I'll go very quick. We have two parts, left and right. Our left brain is full of, it helps us with the logic, with the words, it's a very analytical mind. And our right brain is full of emotions, pictures, and, it's very spontaneous and it's creative mind. Now here we say we have a frontal lobe, which helps us with the intuition. It's a spiritual mind. In the sajda also, if you put up the on the floor, the forehead. So the frontal lobe is an intuitive mind which gives us a gut feeling. This is where we predict. So this is how our mental, the brain, the hardware is designed. And look at how the power of conscious and subconscious mind is completely different. The conscious mind is can process 2,000 bits of data per second, and the subconscious mind is 1,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. The data processing power of the subconscious mind is 1,000 times more than the conscious mind. So it's very easy to learn and remember things what we want to remember in this studies, but the subconscious mind is very tricky to train. And I'll tell you today how to train the subconscious mind. Now it's important to know the power of the subconscious mind, because once you will know how powerful the subconscious mind is, you can get anything done. And I'll give you the examples of people who have achieved, great things in life by using the power of subconscious mind. It records everything. Our subconscious mind is like, is a sponge, absorbs everything. It's alert. It never sleeps. It's always awake. Even when we sleep in the night, the conscious mind goes into REM sleep. The subconscious mind is always working. That's why our heart gets pumped, our body is functioning, the kidneys are working, because all these things are handled by subconscious mind. It is built up with habitations. Conscious mind, we can right now, try and recite one line, and we can do that. But subconscious mind has to learn by repetitions. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, like how we learn to walk when we are a kid. How we learn biking, the cycle, the car, the swimming, everything we learn through habitation. This is how the subconscious mind gets trained. Now, our subconscious mind talks to us through dreams. There's something which is bothering us, we have not expressed, and it's there. We want to let that thing go out, so we see dreams. So this is the way the subconscious mind communicates with us, with the the good and bad dreams, knowing where our focus and imagination is the whole day. Now it can do trillion of things. Subconscious mind is multitasking, and it's a feeling mind. Conscious mind is not feeling mind. We feel through the subconscious mind, good positive feeling and negative feeling. It stores the experience, and it's millions times faster. Okay. Now knowing that this is what we call willpower. This is the strength of the people who go in Guinness Book of World Record and do amazing things in life. They use the power of the subconscious mind, and I'll tell you how. Let's go ahead with the next one. It's very, very, very critical to know that how we perceive things. Our brain, we look at certain things, we receive information. Okay, now there's 400 billion data per second information we receive every time. And then that information we delete, which is not important. Like today in lecture, whatever you are hearing me out, you will forget about major part, which is not of your interest. And sometimes you will, misquote me and distort the information and pass it on. This is what we call it Chinese whisper. You will distort some information and generalize. So we receive information, delete some, distort some, and generalize things, and we store. This is how we behave and keep the information, right? Now, our behavior is a part of our socialization, and everything that we are storing in our subconscious mind, and whatever we are absorbing, we are storing in our psychological mind, and this is what is creating our personality and behavior. So now you know how we store information, receive information. Let's go ahead, another block, which is very key information for the Jadoo part, how the Jadoo happens. I'm not sure if you've heard of placebo effect. Nadeem is gone. Okay, sorry. Have you heard of placebo effect? Placebo effect? Okay. Now, scientifically, the pharmaceutical companies, they do not release the medicines without doing a placebo study. And this study was done to find out a group of patients was taken and put in the hospital. One group was given sugar tablets, another group was given medicines, actual medicines, and the healing effect in both the groups was same. The group which was healed with the help of sugar tablets had the same healing, and that effect is called placebo effect. Okay, not for the treatment. No, this was done for the controlled study. So before launching the medicine for the placebo study, they were patients taken. So now we are all aware about placebo effect. How many of us are aware about nocebo effect? Nocebo effect is the same concept, but where the doctors say, you know what, there's no hope. Nobody can save you. And I know one of the family members, he was told by the doctor, you have 6 months to live, and 45th day, our family member died. So if the patient or the human or our mind conceives that we cannot get healed and I am sick, so that sickness will stay there no matter how good or bad the medicine is, that healing will never happen. So this is the power of our thought and mind. So each emotion, negative and positive, has a charge, has an electric charge. So when we have a positive emotion, there's an electric charge in the body. And when there's a negative emotion, there's a negative electric charge in the body. You must have noticed when we go in the shopping malls, if you just pass by someone and there's an electric spark that comes. Have you experienced that? The electric spark transmitted from one person to another. Now, in human body, we have over 50 trillion cells. 50 trillion cells. Each cell has billions of neurons, protons, electrons. And I'll talk about that, how the current helps us in healing. Right? So negative thinking will create negative current and makes us sick. Positive thinking will leave positive current and heal us. So whenever we think positive things will happen, because the bioelectrical waves gets released out of the body, and I'll tell you how. So imagine one cell has 0.7 volt of current, and we have over 50 trillion cells. You can do the maths, that how many trillions volt that we can generate, right, and have the self-healing. Now, talking about the manifestation and law of attraction, how this current in the body gets transmitted in the environment, and how this law of attraction thing works. Have you heard of law of attraction? Getting what we want. Now, let's look at that. How cells work. Yes, Saida, you have heard. So this is the science behind law of attraction. Let's look at the cells methodology. The cells, okay, you have read the book. Average lifespan of a cell is from 3 days to 5 days to 7. Billions of cells in the body die every day. And billions of cells are are born in our body every day. So the cell can do only one thing at a time. And this cell has only 2 things to do. Either the cell can grow or cell can die. The cell cannot do both the things together. So that's the nature of the cell. But when we are in a stressful situation, cell cannot grow because it has to defend. And if the stress is there for 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 1 month, the cells are every day dying and new cells are not built up. So what happens? Our immunity goes down. And over a period of time, when our immunity is low, we start feeling catching cold, cough, fever, headache, pains, blood pressure, thyroid glands. There's so many physical ailments over a period of time starts popping up. So if you see this cell, there are small little threads that you see here. These threads are antennas, and they receive signals. These are the receptors. Every thought that we tell to ourselves, negative thought, you know what, you're not worth it. You don't deserve it. You will not get it. So we are diffusing the receptor. So the cell says, okay, fine, I can't get it, I get it. And our brain will make sure we don't get it. because the cell has received the language. You can't get it. So cell will not even try and think. So the conviction will die. The moment we start doing negative self-talk, the moment we have positive self-talk, the positive hormones will start coming up. And here's what we see here. The stress response, the cortisol is the chemical that is released by the brain that give the rush in the body, and the cells know, oh, there's an alarm, there's a threat, I have to defend. Now, serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins, these are the positive hormones, these are the happy hormones. And how to generate these hormones? If we exercise well, we eat well, we eat healthy, we meditate, we do deep breathing exercises, mindfulness, spend time with the loved ones, with the family members, giving charity, all these positive actions, a nice, good sleep, this will help us to secrete positive, happy hormones, and the cells will know, okay, everything is fine. Now, how do I get what I want? We have to tell the brain, you know what? You deserve to get a best job. You deserve to have a good life. You deserve to have that car. Imagine that car. So the cells will say, okay, fine, I deserve, and then it starts working towards the energies and actions and the feeling. So this is where the positive self-talk helps, and the body gets a message, and our biomechanical environment creates a harmony within, so that we attract the things by our efforts. I hope this part is clear, how important it is and scientific it is, and no supernatural powers. This is simple logic. So let's go ahead, and this is it's a matter of creating habits. Now we are this body and the chemicals inside, but above all, we have this energy in us. So today's science has accepted that we are, there is an energy, human being, we have energy, and this energy can be even captured by the gadgets. There are gadgets that can click a picture of a human aura, which can take from 6 to 8 meters, that how positively and negatively we are charged. You must have noticed when you walk in some party or in any conference, that, or maybe some students, you can see, I don't like that person. It doesn't meet my, there's a negative charge. Okay, so we click, we don't click. So this is where we are interacting at energy level. So your frequency and wavelength matches other person's frequency and wavelength, then you click. But if you don't like somebody, trust me, that person also doesn't like you, because there is a negative charge. And these charges can be monitored by something called EEG and MEG. Now this EEG band, I have it. I use it for mindfulness and for meditation. You can actually track your brain waves, how overactive your brain is, and how to calm the mind. We use it even to see the stressed out people if they have lots of stress. So it's an app that you can download and buy. This gadget. It's called Moose. And if you see that small little kid smiling, he's using the MEG. It's a headgear where the waves are read and decoded. And then you know that this child is happy, so the waves are different. And that if the emotion is negative, the waves are different. So we are energy beings. Now, how this wavelength in our body interacts with the entire universe, the law of attraction. It's called divine unified field matrix. The gentleman here you see is a physicist. His name is Nassim Haramein, right? He has established Resonance Academy, and his work was also nominated for Nobel Prize, where he's talking about how all human beings are connected at energy level. That's where you just think about some relative overseas, and you just think about the person and you get a call. I say, oh, I was talking about you. It's a frequency that is just matching. Now say how it's possible. Today, in this time and age, we have phones, we are able to communicate, we are seeing each other. There's so many people here we are seeing, we are listening, we have radio frequencies, we have television frequencies. Today, we can communicate with the people on the moon. There are so many networks. So there are telephone network, television network, satellite network. So this divine network, now all these networks are designed by human being by using 5% consciousness. But the 95% consciousness, which is not tapped, and it's connected with the energy level with all the people. All of us are connected, and there have been researches done, and I'll share one here. Um, how on energy level all the human beings are connected. There was a research done, and in the next page I'll show you. Uh, Now, this is something about what are the similarities in the human neural network and the space. You see on the left hand side is the brain cell in the mind here, and on the right hand side, this is the image. One is from NASA, one was from one of the US laboratories. The universe and the brain cells, the composition and the look and the network works the same manner. And this Institute of Neurotic Sciences, they have done a research in 80 countries. They send the trained people how to pray for the peace. And these countries were disturbed countries. There were negative events going on, earthquake, war, and high stealing rate, crime rate. When these people were sent in those countries, they were all trained to pray in a specific way, in a manner, to bring harmony. And the resonance in the geography of that particular country, place, changed dramatically. So the human brain is so powerful, and I was actually reflecting why there is a concept of praying together in different wisdom traditions. You go to namaz every time in the mosque, we pray together, so we make our vibrations high and change the resonance of the environment. So our feelings go out there in the universe and send the message, and we get the same things that we send energy for, and we attract that. Now, what mistake we live with the whole life? We sometimes mistake ourselves that I'm my feeling, so I'm sad, or this person is depressed. Some person is very funny, is very jolly, who is a joker. So we live with our feelings. So somebody who's depressed is not a depressed person, he's feeling depressed. If somebody is angry or snappy, it's not the personality, it's just the emotion. Some people think they are their achievements, so they have a pride, they're always talking about their achievements. So we are mistaking our personalities with our profession. Doctor so-and-so, professor so-and-so, engineer, Oscar winner, or Baba Saheb Phalke winner. So we become our trophies, titles, professions, and we are lost in the whole thing. Who are we? We are the human being who need to know our purpose, what we love, and we deserve the best in life. As a part of self-awareness, ask yourself these questions: where do you fall, and how you can improve your communication with yourself and with others. All the human beings, as per this theory given by Eric Berne, who we are, we have three types of egos: parent ego, adult ego, and child ego. All of us, we have child within. We joke and laugh, and we are sometimes impulsive. We have adult ego, where we, work with responsibility. We know what is good, what is bad. We behave. Sometimes we have a parenting ego. Those who have high parenting ego, they can be more dominating, controlling, and not very accommodating. So this is how these three ego states vary in our personalities, and we behave this way. So one aspect, ask yourself, how do you behave? So you can change if you don't like. I am okay, you are not okay. In most of the situations, this kind of personality would say, I'm okay, you are not okay, always snapping, telling people that they are not good, always advising that only I am fine and what you are saying is wrong. So these kind of people will get into conflict all the time. If you have that personality, this is going to be really very difficult for you to survive in a corporate world, in your family, in your relationships, because you can't be always right. So everything will be challenged. Now, if you think that you have this personality, you work on yourself. I am not okay, you are not okay. These are sad people. There is a problem for every solution. So you give a solution, another problem. This is not okay, that's not okay. Black hat, in the six thinking hat. So black hat is the one who always talking negative. So ask yourself, are you a negative person? Now, I'm okay, I'm okay, you are not okay. Meaning these kind of people are followers. They don't have a stand. So they say, I am okay, I'm okay, you are not. You are okay, I'm not okay. These are the people are followers. So yeah, they're following all the time. They have very low self-esteem, no confidence, very dark, gloomy personal image. So they are not happy with where they are emotionally. So this is where they have to get out of this zone and give themselves a confidence and build up their personality. Healthy personality state is I am okay, you are okay, that everything is fine, I can be okay, you can be okay. These are very democratic people. They take suggestions. They're happy-go-lucky people. So you ask yourself what kind of personality you have in life. It's good to have I am okay, you are okay. There has to be a balance. You cannot be always I am okay, you are okay. Then these kind of people, it's so much that you can be in a very messy situation as well. So have an awareness, ask yourself what kind of personality do you have. So you can work on the areas that you think that are not going to help you. Now, reprogramming very quick tips. I think we are almost reaching, we have limited time. There's so many programs you can, Google and find out. But there's something very specific I will tell you as a training in this. Otherwise, you can find out about this. How to reprogram your mind. You can practice mindfulness, living in the moment. How to live in the moment and just plan for the future. Take the lessons from the past and forget that and forgive. Now, you can go for clinical hypnosis if you are really into a dark zone, depression, anxiety, phobias, fears. So all these heavy emotions, if you're going through, go and seek psychologist or maybe a clinical hypnotherapist who can help you to reprogram your mind. Then self-positive body self-talk. Then EMRD, EFT, emotional freedom tapping, and there's a psychic K. These are the things you can Google them, and there's lots of information. Already, I think it's a very long session. We should, next time we'll do it in 2 sessions. Now, this is something Ikigai you can take away from today. There's one full workshop I did it on Ikigai. Now, this is something Japanese concept, a reason for being here on this earth, why you are here. Japanese say, know what is your mission, how you will know, find out what do you love to do, and what is your passion, and then how you can help the world with your skill. Find out a job who will offer you that opportunity, so that job will become your profession, and whatever you can get paid for your passion is, if your profession, that you are never working. Okay, so find what you love, look at what you're good at, and make your passion your mission, and then you are happy forever. This is a tip. Somebody was asking me how to find out a passion. This is the way. Now, if you keep on thinking negative thoughts from the past, you will never create a better future. Replace your old thoughts with the new thoughts, your future. You have to create a visual, a deja vu, a picture, maybe draw, and create the feelings as if they're already done. And this is how you reprogram your mind. So you do the programming now. You don't do the programming in future or in the past. You stay in today and plan for your 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years, and 15 years. Start doing your planning, create your milestones. Otherwise, life will be by chance. And you will get there, you may not get there. And you may regret, and if you choose, you make your selections very apt, you will get there happily. So design your future now. Simple trick to delay, to help you with the procrastination. People who say, okay, you know what, I know, I'll do it, and then you go back. It's a simple technique, and it's been given by one of the US very famous psychologists. She was, I forgot her name. I was just listening to her on TED Talk. Wim something Robbins, I forgot. But this was beautiful, and I took it from her. 24 million on the TED Talk watching have watched this tip, and she has in United States just teaching this. Whenever you, let's say for example, you want to wake up early in the morning, the moment you need 5 seconds to take that decision. 5 seconds. So how you can do this? Have a visual in your eyes. Say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. Anything that you want to stop. You are shouting, you don't want to shout, you always regret. Say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Use this in the way NASA uses. If you are somebody from the staff, I'm not sure, but anybody who's going through with body aches and pains, know that there are lots of emotional blockages in your body. Chemical composition is stuck. So you can go for Reiki healing, energy healing, Chinese therapy, acupressure, acupuncture. So the negative pressures in your body are released because they are all very scientific, and you can do those therapies. The Jadu part is in the affirmation, and this is what quantum emotional mechanics, Dr. Deepak Chopra, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, all these people are teaching this. Everybody is just teaching this. And I have paid over 50,000 dirhams in, you can say it's more than 10 lakhs or more in the workshop of Master Life Coaching. At the end, juice is this. A thought in your mind, what you really want. And if you get this today, it's free for you. It's 10 lakhs. My company has paid for this. Okay, and choose a thought, what you really want. Make a sentence. Make a sentence in present tense. For example, I want to be happy. Say, I am happy. Use the present tense. And feel as if it's already done, that you're already happy. So how the happiness looks like, feel like, create that story, feel as if it's done, and till the time you feel that body, some movement in your body. So this is the correct way of visualization. Think, see as if it's already done, use the present tense, never use I want, it's a negative language, brain doesn't like want, because it will say, okay, I don't have it. So it's a very beggar kind of mental condition. Say, I have it. I want to be rich. I am rich. How rich? I want to have 1 crore. Okay, I have 1 crore. So this is how you should talk to yourself. I want a job in a multinational company. I have a job in a multinational company. This is the language you should use. And then do it at the night time. There are brain secretes different wavelengths. We have alpha, delta, theta, beta. These are the waves. The reprogramming time and the stage is only at 2 times in a day. When we go to the bed and when we wake up from the bed. That is the time when the brain is in theta state. Theta state is where we have access to the subconscious mind. गफलत की जगह होती है जहाँ पे हमें ये होता है कि अरे जागे हुए हैं कि सोए हुए हैं, नींद आ रही है जा रही है, ऐसा समझ नहीं आता है. कई बार कोई बोल के चला जाता है, पता नहीं चलता है, और हमें लगता है कि अरे कोई आया था क्या. इसलिए हम नींद में सोते हैं, जागते हैं, अमेरिका पहुंच गए, लंदन पहुंच गए, कश्मीर पहुंच गए, नींद में हम कहीं भी पहुंच सकते हैं. एक बार वो गफलत की हालत में, थीटा स्टेट में, हम अपने दिमाग से कहना शुरू करते हैं अपनी अफर्मेशंस, then the brain doesn't know the difference between reality and fiction. So it starts accepting it. Yes, it's possible. Okay. So do your affirmations these 2 times. First thing in the morning, जब आँख खुली भी नहीं है, आपको पता है कि आपको उठना है लेकिन आँख नहीं खुली है, उस वक्त आप सोचिए, उस वक्त अपनी affirmations कहिए, minimum 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times in the bedtime. Bedtime जब आप सो चुके हैं, पानी पीने के लिए नहीं उठना है, खाने के लिए नहीं उठना है, सिर्फ आपको सोना है और कहते कहते सो जाना है और उस फीलिंग के साथ सोना है. तो पूरी रात आप सो रहे हैं एक पॉजिटिव नोट के साथ. ये आप देखेंगे, ये जो यहाँ पे कॉन्शियस माइंड और सबकॉन्शियस माइंड के बीच में क्रिटिकल फैकल्टी है, वो खत्म हो जाती है थीटा स्टेज में. या तो सेल्फ हिप्नोसिस या हिप्नोथेरेपिस्ट कैन हेल्प यू गेट आउट ऑफ द क्रिटिकल फैकल्टी एंड गेट इन द थीटा स्टेट. In this, you say affirmations, positive self-talk, and you will see the vision you will create will happen. This is Louis Hay down there. Yeah, we can go to the next slide. So whatever positive, negative you will think will happen in your life. And this is by experience. Louis Hay is a lady. She was diagnosed with a cancer, multiple cancers. The doctors gave her 6 months, and they said, you will live only for 6 months. After a year and a half, she not only survived cancer, she lived after that and she died, I think, 85 plus. And she started teaching people what she did. She transformed her lifestyle, changed her food, stopped processed food, sleeping well, doing meditation, yoga, and her cancer was completely gone. And then you will see on the left-hand side, this is Greg Braden talking about a woman from China. She recovered from a cancer in 3 minutes. You can find out about that on the YouTube full video you can watch. There are 2 programs there by Greg Braden. He's a geologist. He left his job, went into complete healing process and affirmations, teaching the world how to do affirmations. Then there's the girl here. She was the one, what's her name? I forgot. Anuradha. She was snatched. Her chain was snatched. She was thrown from the train track, and her legs were completely chopped off. And she decided that she wants to climb the Mount Everest. She did it because she saw herself standing on the Mount Everest and having Indian flag. If you see the martial art people, how they are trained, before they break the brick, they have been trained to see the bricks are already broken. This is how the mind is conditioned. They never ever they see the top part of the brick. They only see with their eyes while they hit the bricks, the bricks are already broken. So this is how you should visualize. Otherwise, like how elephant in the circus, never able to break a small little rope, we can live our life with lots of regret when we are on our deathbeds. So you choose today. On a scale of 1 to 10, today, how do you feel? We live once, we'll die once, and we all deserve to be 10 on 10 on happiness scale. Ask yourself, how much happy are you? How much marks you will give to yourself? 10 or 1? 10 is very happy, 1 is not at all happy. So if you are somewhere on 5, it means there's something wrong. If you're moving towards 6, 7, smiley zone, you are doing fine. But we all deserve to have this 10 on 10 because life is a gift and it's only once. And monitor your emotions, look what you want. Wheel of life is something, write down all your priorities and give rank numbers to each your life priority. What is your full life, your family, your hobbies, your career, money, what do you want, your pet, your relationship. Make this life wheel of life and give marks in each area. And see which area you are getting the minimum scores. That is your highest priority, because otherwise, if you will not do anything about the lowest score, you are going to have the puncture in the wheel of life, and this will make you really sad in the long run. So design your wheel of life, write down things which are important to you, make your goals, and the next slide you will see how you will make your goals. Personal goals, very specific. Whatever your goals are, make it very specific. Smart goals, yeah, very measurable, time bound, achievable. You should be able to review your goals. Okay, I will share the slide. You can go ahead and see how to make specific goals. But there is a template I'll give you here. Short-term goals and long-term goals. Short-term is going to be 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and the long-term is going to be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Use this, which holiday you want to make, which country you want to go, what job you want. Now, these are some resources I'm adding here. I'll not talk about these resources. You can go ahead and read and get to know about the 7 habits of the most successful people on earth by Stephen Covey. These are the seven habits listed here. You can go through the presentation later on. And then Deepak Chopra has given 7 principles he has written in the book. You can go ahead and see what 7 principles he is talking about. Find out your purpose, what you speak to yourself, because your language is your command. Your brain will take it. So I hope this is going to help you with find the purpose of your life, and the rest of things are resources in the presentation. And this is about forgiveness. This is very important aspect of living the life you want. If somebody has hurt you, caused you anger, sadness, hurt, pain, if we don't forgive them, that's going to stay as a negative chemical charge in our body, and the healing will never happen. So it's very important to forgive those who have caused hurt and pain in your life. This process is called Ho'oponopono secret by a Hawaiian tradition. This is a dialogue, like a film dialogue. Say this 3 times. Imagine the name of the person who caused pain in your life and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. 3 times every day with the feelings. And let go of your past. It's very important. If things haven't worked out so well right now, if you are in a course which is not your choice but your parents' choice, it's fine, let it go. Don't keep that resentment. It's going to create lots of hurt and pain in your life, and then you'll not be able to live the life you want to design. So look for the future. Drink enough water, sleep well, have nutrition, be with your friends, exercise, read. These are the tips that I can give you. You can go ahead with these tips. Have your role model. Find out who you really look up to. See what that person has followed and done so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Who you resonate more with. From the childhood, I was a Mahatma Gandhi fan. So have your role model and just do what they used to do. As a part of, since it's my presentation that I use it for my 1-day long workshops, there is a 6-page meditation by Vishen Lakhani. Those who really want to live a life of your dreams, go on YouTube, search for Vishen Lakhani 6-page meditation, and you will know how to drive your brain in a positive direction in future. 21 days are critical to develop any habits. If you do something that you start today, continue for 21 days, and you can start developing more habits. And if you, let's say, stop after 1 week, you have to start all over again for 21 days. Otherwise, you are going to miss out the whole cycle, psychological loop. So minimum 21 and optimum 3 months. These are some of the books. You can go ahead for self-help and equip yourself more and get to know more about the secrets and more information, self-help, something that if you love reading, there are audiobooks and there are books on YouTube you can watch. So thank you very much, everyone. This is the YouTube video. Whatever I'm talking to you, you can like my channel and subscribe and look at some stuff that I share, and probably you can find it for your self-help. Dubai Real with Rupa Sharma, you can find me there. And this is where I say thank you very much. With the quote, we judge ourselves by our intentions and others by our behaviors. So have good intentions of yourself and for others. Know we are all connected and we are here to help each other. This is the whole purpose of this workshop. And thank you very much for listening to me. बच्चे हैं बहुत बोर ना कर दिया हो मुझे इस बात की भी थोड़ी परेशानी हो रही है. No, maybe I'm overwhelmed having the key of the secret, but not sure how many liked and how many are going to use. If one person uses it and changes the life, that is my success. If you have any questions, you can ask. You have any inquiries, I'll be more than happy to reply. How to get rid of the past? Create a future. Forgive the past. Forgive the people who have caused you pain. Because remember, we are the victims of victims. Because whatever they do, whatever people, family members they do to us, because this is how they have been trained. This is what they are best at. Their education, their belief system, their exposure. So we have to forgive them. Not for them that they deserve. We deserve the peace. So yeah. So create future to forget the past is very important. Sorry, there was a question. Let me see. Okay, I see the chat here.
So should I help you in reading the chat?
Say you are successful already. How success looks like, feels like. What is the meaning of success? Success is very vague. Design your success. As a success, who is a successful person in your eyes? Have that role model. Is it a money? Is it a position? Is it an award? Any specific, create a deja vu, meaning house, how many floors? Kaisa dikhna chahiye mera ghar? What is success to you? For me, I worked on Wheel of Life 10 saal pehle. I wanted to come to Dubai. I planned 2 years to be in Dubai. The day I was sitting in the plane, I was shocked. The girl who was not allowed to go in a DTC bus, sitting in a plane to Dubai. The whole family, nobody worked in my family as a job. I belong to a family of business people. So I'm the only person, I think, and maybe one or two. Now the trend has changed. The one who was the rebellious person into job, now everybody in my family started working, my nieces and nephews. Appreciations and acknowledgement for paving the way for others in the family. I have done MSc biochemistry, how to get job in industry or health sector in Gulf. Okay, I wanted to reply to this question you guys asked, Nadine. The world is sitting on the epitome of the volcano of mental health. Any profession, talking about psychology, psychiatry, even biochemistry people, you can go with alternative healing. It's required globally. Indians, thanks to the wisdom and the traditions that we are coming from, it's doing great. If you can just go any alternative healing process, Naeemul Hassan, maybe you will do great. And depending on what really you want, anything to do in mental health is going to boom, because the world is going towards digitization and more social disconnect. Families are getting divorced. There's a dysfunctional families, individual problems in the metros. Everyone needs psychologist and life coach today. Any question as
Next question is
own mental capabilities to think, how to check. See, our brain, our subconscious can do anything. Anything. It's just that you want to do anything, you go with your feeling what you really want to do and get back to what you're really good at and what is your passion. The rest will follow. Do not follow the money part. Trust me, money will follow. However, it will come. The moment you are in the job which you really like, you will get what you want. The only condition is, please find out what you want. Mental capability is there with everyone. How do you know that you are going in the right direction? Your feeling is your... Okay, 1 minute. I mean, what are the factors to monitor it? Make your milestones, design. As long as you design your future very specific, you will know. For example, the wheel of life, I said, what is the composition of your life? What is important for your life? Your career? Okay, where do you want to do job or business? Job, where? Private or government? Limited company, multinational. In Delhi, which particular company? Make a list of companies, the dream companies. So make very specific calls from the future. Make a larger line than, okay.
Rupa, may I help you in writing this or in reading these questions for you?
Choose your thoughts wisely and correctly.
Okay.
Am I still connected? I can't hear you, sir. Wait. Sorry, sir, I did not hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Because it was, I don't know for what reason it was on mute. Yeah,
So
sorry.
There are some questions.
Yes, please.
So I can read for you. This is how, ma'am, you will keep your mind so cool in this pandemic COVID-19 situation. Okay. So how do you deal with the feeling of guilt?
Pandemic में guilt, yeah, there are two questions.
How to deal with the feeling of guilt? This is another question. And how do you keep your mind so cool in the pandemic situation? This is another question, personal question from your for you.
How to, you know what? This is really bizarre. This pandemic has been the best time ever of my life. And how and why? Because got enough time, no traffic time, you're in the house. First time, I always wanted to launch my YouTube channel. I wasn't able to do it because of the time crunch. I started my book. I started my YouTube channel. I'm more. I have my annual target was 4% engagement rate. I have engaged 6%. So I have overachieved my annual target only because with the meditation, mindfulness. See good in this situation. What good has come in this situation? The benefit. Just look at the positive side of this pandemic has brought into the world. You see the ozone layer is healed, the nature has healed. So much of time, there was CA, NRC, what going on, everything's at halt, and people have got this pause, reflect back in your life. In any moment, you just sit back. Remember that slide I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? The brain is used to or conditioned to handle stressful situations in the way if something is given as a stress, the brain is conditioned. Now you need to just relax. How to relax the mind? Just sit quietly, exercise mindfulness, and it's called belly breathing. Inhale 3 minutes through your 3 counts through your nose. Hold the breath in your stomach for 6 counts. Exhale the oxygen 9 seconds, 9 counts through your nose, and do this 5 minutes. You will know how the body will react. If you guys want, I can give you a shot now. Inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3. While inhaling, the stomach should rise. And hold it. Hold the air in the stomach for 6 seconds. And while exhaling, squeeze the stomach inside. Exhale through your nose. And you will see your brain will be disconnected with every thought. And it's a habit. Like I said, the subconscious is habitating mind. You develop this habit. Do 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day for 21 days. You will start thinking differently. Because the brain is used to of just holding the stress, the cortisol, the negative hormones in the brain. It doesn't know how it feels like not having any thought. So I know people, they go dizzy when they have nothing to think and they're relaxed. Oh, something is weird. The body is like, the mind is like, oops, this feeling is not comfortable. People don't know how to live without stress. That's the problem. And you will never know if you will not try how it feels like without having no stress. So give your brain a teaser. And the teaser can be now, whoever is here right now, breathe in and breathe out and just stop the inhalation and exhalation. Guilt part. Guilt part, it's the forgiveness process. Guilt is always a result of something that we think, I wish I didn't do this and I feel bad for doing that thing. You know, there is in the Quran, there's a surah Tawbah. The chapter is on Tawbah, meaning we repent. Repentance has 2 aspects. One, we acknowledge, yes, there was something wrong that I have done. B, hereby I say I won't repeat this thing. And third part, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for whatever I have done. There is a reason that whatever reason was there. Yes, I acknowledge, and it's fine. I deserve peace of mind. And here I choose not to repeat that again. Now, if you're a very spiritual person, go and give something in charity and say, you know what? I feel now easy. You remove the guilt by that. But if you cannot forgive yourself, you cannot even imagine that others have forgiven you. So we have to accept and love ourselves and forgive ourselves so that we can get off this guilt. It's okay. We are humans.
Great.
Try this.
So now it's already we are over more than half an hour. So and you are such a speaker, like still 47 people are with us. This is a record basically. You know, this is a record because we have been doing these webinars for last 3 months almost, and we have not seen such a long presentation and the kind of number of people are sustained in the session. So I must congratulate you for your wonderful, excellent, and very impactful and very rich presentation. Thank you very much. It's really a lot learning for us, even for the faculty members, for the students. Though, even I must say, we must have another repeat of this session, so that would bring value to, again, if you can also, because there were a lot many slides which we just run through just because of majority of the time. So we can definitely have, if our students will get a feedback.
Sir, this workshop, I have tried my level best of my 10 years work in life coaching, 20 years here in Dubai, and you won't believe the life coaching sessions that I have been through. I used to get coached 15 hours a day, and Nadeem used to say, you know what, you will go cuckoo here. I said, no, I'm loving it. Now I understand why someone says, no, I never, and they say he sleeps 4 hours. I feel as if I never work. This time I have enjoyed the most because I can see if one life is saved, one person reaches or her dream, and you say in the mind when this person is doing great. So there was one girl, I don't remember her name, she was from Dubai talking about something, that has helped.
Rupa, I'll send you the recording of this session. Then you will find in the chat box there are so many appreciations. You can consider them as an award for you. Like everybody is appreciating your session. So nice of you. It was really a great session. Now I just request Shaira to conclude this session with our thanks, because it's already 5:36.
Yeah,
we have taken much time. Rupa, really, I'm impressed. So we'll definitely come back with some more requests for a few more sessions. Over to Shaira.
Thank you, ma'am. So I think, ma'am, you spoke of magic in the beginning, but ऐसा लगता है that it was your session which was the real magic for all of us, and it's been absolutely great, very impactful, and I think a lot of changes we can already sense in ourselves. So that's a great impact of your very wise words. Thank you so much, and thank you to Nadeem sir as well for your time and effort and all the inputs that you've put in, especially for us. And as Rehanza brightly said, we would just love to have you back with us again. I'm sure the students, I haven't been able to even read all the messages because there are so many congratulatory messages that are coming in for your session, especially. So thank you so much. On behalf of the University Placement Cell at Jamia Millia Islamia, I would really like to extend a warm note of gratitude to both of you for your time, and thanks to Rehan Saab for getting this organized. Thanks to my team member Rahman as well for all his support. All the students for being such patient listeners and active participants. Thank you, and we look forward to having you soon with us again, inshallah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I hope students are able to use the affirmation part, especially because there's a very, very fine line, thin line in using the bad word. People keep saying, I want. That's a negative neuro-linguistic language.
Thank you very much, Rupa. Please convey our gratitude to Mr. Nadeem also, as he has already left. So thank you very much, and we would again like to host you. And I'm so happy I had arranged this session for 2 hours, not for 1 hour. Initially, we planned for 1 hour. Thankfully, we finally just discussed and went for 2 hours session. Even 2 hours were less. And I have seen the chat in the chat box. Too many requests are already there to bring you back for another session. So we'll just again request you whenever you will have time. We'll again have a session.
Who have taken this, who are here, those who have gone through with the slides, there can be a session where I will only teach them the technique, which is completely basically experiencing, lesser belly breathing, the mindfulness, and the affirmation part, which is the key.
Sure. Inshallah, we'll go for it. So now we'll be just closing this session. I thank all my colleagues, my other teachers, and especially our officiating director of Center for IT, who supported us in streaming, in arranging everything for the IT infrastructure. And we were really able to, and I would like to just tell you, there were a lot many questions over the YouTube also, and we brought some questions from there also. And there was a good following. So if you can also, we pass on your YouTube channel details to them. If still 35 people are on YouTube watching you even after 2.5 hours. So it's really great. So
it's Dubai.
So we'll also communicate through email, because we have email IDs of all registered candidates. So we'll pass on your YouTube this link to them. They can also go and find out some.
The last page in the presentation is my YouTube thing.
चलिए, बहुत शुक्रिया और बहुत अच्छा लगा, हमें इतनी खुशी है कि हमने अपने एलुमनी को होस्ट किया और इंशाल्लाह आगे भी हम इसी तरह से होस्ट करते रहेंगे. It was really a great session. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.